been trying to have Batman kill folks all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Blacker Than Black Times. It's been me. I'm your host, Cthulhu Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit on my left. Got the boy Stick. On my far right, we got your boy Kronos.
Back on my bullshit.
Last but not least, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Ninja.
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary
Here we go.
I missed what Stitch said.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, you haven't seen what?
You haven't seen us. Oh, no. Okay. I'm not as big.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Horrors. Not horrors.
Who's that we got up in that? Anybody?
Give me 1 second. I gotta pull this.
Where's that groupie at?
Now she stopped listening. Thanks.
Yeah. You can't
signed
insult
out.
the fans.
No, the groupie's not a derogatory term.
Is it?
No, is it not? I don't think so, actually.
Nah.
It's all love.
Damn it.
Got it? You crackling.
Test. Oh,
Snap crackle.
Oh, no.
test.
Oh.
Test.
We're burning up on re-entry.
Oh man.
All right, well, while he's getting those
We in that
technical
mirror.
things, well, we're running a tight ship over here right off the bat. Old Ninja, why don't you tell us whomstead we're pouring out malt beverages for?
I did not see any this week. Did I miss somebody?
Nobody died?
Well,
You usually dig up like the Z level celebrity. You got nobody?
No, I got nothing.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Turn off the sound for 1 second.
Okay. All right.
Give me, just tell the listeners.
Okay.
All right. You're going to experience silence for a quick moment. And we're back.
Okay.
See that? Someone pulled the thumb out.
Audio's going. Turn whatever you're doing off.
God damn. Unprofessional. This is how we starting?
I guess. I was like,
Y'all
what
still
the
can
hell?
hear me.
Yeah. I did not know. I didn't know. I can't even hear that audio.
Test.
That's weird.
How about the folks in the chat?
Well, the first one was 5150 CRX.
Hopefully they can hear us, though, right?
Yes, you can.
In the chat, if you can hear us, type something dank as
Well-
fucking possible.
You can definitely hear you guys, but not me.
All right. Well, it's all like, for those of you who are like on SoundCloud, they're like, dude, this is weird.
Test.
There's like silence and stuff.
Weird intro and
Weird
shit.
intros and shit.
This is how we start every week, though.
I guess.
Get used to it.
Oh, what do you
God
mean get used
damn.
to it? We 200 episodes in.
Exactly.
We're professionals.
We are professionals,
Test.
goddammit.
Test.
We got things going on.
You're a professional troll, and you know, there you go.
All right, where you want? While he's doing that, where you want to jump in?
What y'all? I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Some stuff that's big. I really want to talk about Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay, that's a good place to start. Netflix's Love, Death, and Robots.
Woo! I mean, who's? I know Kronos watched a little bit of it. I know he's busy. You watched all of it?
I'm
Prodigy?
always behind, and I marathon through every single episode.
You having problems there, Stage?
I'm trying to open my beverage without making too much noise.
I was about to say, I thought you could.
Let them know. Let them know you drinking something.
Yeah, what you sipping on?
Some cider.
Yeah, I've had that side. I
My
had that.
tolerance has gotten crazy low, so I've just been slowly kind of building it back up.
Don't
but
get
not
distracted. Have you seen Love, Death, and Robots?
No.
Can you hear me now? It's.
I can kind of
still
hear
low.
you. Yeah, you're
Little
low,
low.
but I can hear you.
All right.
But it's all. There we go.
Now,
Whoa.
yep.
Nope.
And then it went.
All right.
It dropped. Yeah. Is that a cable?
What about what you want to be on blues? Would that work?
Yeah.
While he's doing that, Love, Death, and Robots. Goddamn, this is like Black Mirror animated.
Oh.
Every episode is individual and short.
Mhm.
You know, some are as short as like 4 or 5 minutes.
So the shortest episode is 6 minutes.
6 minutes, okay. And the longest one is still less than 30 minutes. I know
The longest
that.
one's maybe 25-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Something like that. They're not 30 minutes. The most, on average, I would say they're about 13 minutes.
Something like that.
On average.
Yeah.
There's 18 episodes. They are mostly CGI. There are a couple that are like old school hand drawn. There's some that are not cel shaded, but it's like different. I guess it is it almost looks claymation kind of.
Yes.
There's one quasi live action one with 2 like recognizable stars, but it has CG in that.
Yes.
And there's one that's like in the style of like Samurai Jack, kind of that kind of animation.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about all the bullshit, man.
No,
Folks love titties, and this is what this show has titties. Goddammit. There's all kind of frontal nudity. You leading with the bullshit.
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
kind of frontal nudity. Yeah, gore. There's
well,
fucking
that's-
decapitations. There's blood. There's guts. There's fucking. I mean, that shit is hardcore, mature content.
So
That's what they want to hear.
So apparently, this is supposed to be a sequel to the heavy metal
All right, can y'all hear me
franchise.
now?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that better?
Oh
There we
yeah,
go.
that's
I'm
better.
back.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Jesus, that's 2 bad cables and like, not that's a.
Oh, that was a
shortcut.
new one, huh?
Well, yeah. Remember, I put the other one in.
Yeah.
And then all
Okay,
of a
that's
sudden
right.
it
That's
just
right.
stopped working. That's fucking weird.
Hey, we're here now.
All right, cool. Even though it's still coming in and out.
Yeah, you're cracking it.
Little crackle there.
Test. There we go. It just did it again.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking a magnificent fucking series, but there were episodes that I liked more than others, and
course.
sometimes I wanted to see much more from a little 8-12 minute episode, you know. But it always left me wanting, even on the ones that I didn't enjoy. I was like, I wonder what else happens with this, which is a good way to leave it.
Yeah, I want to see that first one more, like for
Yeah.
sure. Because that was like, is he gonna fuck the monster spider?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like,
Oh, wait,
you got a
what?
mouth.
But
or
you got a
something.
monster spider one first?
Yeah, the first one's
The first
Sunny.
one.
First one's Sunny.
Remember
Oh yeah. Okay.
He
the
woke
tattoo?
up and he was all fucked up and
No,
like,
that's not
half
the
dead.
that's not the first.
Maybe they
episode.
changed the order on you.
Oh yes, they did.
They
You're right.
changed the order on
so
you.
they did switch the order
Okay.
after we saw. So
Oh, this is the one where they jump into. They do like a light speed jump or some
okay.
shit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yes, so
That was a great one.
The original setup. That's not the first episode. The
Yeah.
first episode is Sunny's Gambit or something like that. Sunny's story.
So how do you know that's not the original?
Because they
announced that
they
they
announced
did-
they were
they
going to
shuffled it.
shuffle them.
Huh.
So Netflix shuffled the order of the which was weird to me because the way that I got hooked was because the first episode for me was Sunny's episode with the whole like woman that was like a victim of rape and she was doing monster pit fighting arena, transferring her consciousness to this giant beast. They were doing like underground fucking monster fighting. I guess.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. And
there's some
then
hooking in there.
yeah, and then there was just like, you know, they had this lesbian scene. It turns into this like hentai horror scene for a second. And I was like, what the fuck was crazy? And it's literally like 15 minutes. I was hooked from there. And then the other episodes of the 3 robots.
Stitch, you seen any of these?
No.
Not a single goddamn one. Fuck. Okay.
They're good. There's
all
it's-
crazy to me.
You know what's funny is when I watched the first one for me, which was the one that was in space,
Mm-hmm.
and I started watching it, and I was like, "This is real." I was like, "This is really good CGI." Because when you first look at it, it looks real
Yeah.
as fuck. And then as soon as a guy like starts talking, you're like, "Oh, this is CGI." But there's so much attention to detail in every single one of the characters. Like they all have like facial flaws,
Yep.
and even like the chick's titties didn't look symmetrical. You know, it was like little attention to details like that, like titty details. You know, that was
Titty
good.
physics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that twist.
Yeah, just
I
the
mean-
end was fucked up. And I knew something wasn't right. Like when he said that he knew the person, and I was like, "How is that possible?"
Yeah. And he
then-
didn't give a fuck about the other person in the pod.
Yep.
Like the one
Yeah,
dude.
he's like, "Oh, he's black. Fuck him."
Yeah. Yeah.
He's seasoning his fried chicken.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
What got me into this was produced by David Fincher. So he's famous for directing Seven.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he directed Seven, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, fucking Panic Room, like fucked up ass movies. And I was like, oh, I have to watch this now. This dude's involved.
You're saying that each one is directed by someone different, and this
Yes,
particular
each-
episode was
each
directed.
one is
Okay.
no. He's producing on all the series. He didn't direct any, but Tim Miller, who he worked with before on another fucked up project, I can't think of it right now. He directed one of the episodes. So I was like, oh shit, I have to watch this. This has got to be dank. And sure enough, first episode was dank as fuck.
I want more. I will
did want
rewatch
more.
this.
I mean, dude, it said season 1. I'm
Yeah.
hoping there are more seasons. There were some that kind of fucked with me, like the episode The Witness. That fucked me up. Where, like, it starts out where a woman witnesses a murder. And then the murderer sees her and then chases her. And it turns into this crazy adventure. And then there's, like, a twist at the end. and
Yeah.
it's literally 15 minutes, but it was like almost a full movie.
Well, the best part about that is, though, she's
Just
running
ta-
around the streets of like
Naked.
Beijing, butt-ass naked, tattoos, titties bouncing, piercings.
I like how once again old Ninja left out the.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to leave
Pubic
it-
hair just
I'm-
flowing in the wind.
I'm trying to get people to watch so that way they're like, oh, I didn't expect it to be on this level of dankness instead of giving it all away.
Well, maybe tell them there's titties in it. What they don't like
Yeah,
titties.
titties
Yeah.
kind of seem to be magnet people.
Old Ninja's trying to get us an Oscar. I'm just like, I'll take a Razzie. I don't give a fuck.
God damn.
Yeah, this is one of those shows that does not shy away from that. Now I've seen some people complaining, oh, there were too much nudity. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, or it was too much female nudity. There's nudity period in this.
Yeah.
Like male and female.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you see cock and balls.
yeah.
They show cock and balls. Like, it's like, dude, it was equal opportunity. The ones that I saw the most was they were saying it was too much violence against women. And I was like, hold on.
Some of them are robots, by the way. But
Yes,
all right.
but not even that. But there's violence against men and women alike. Like,
Yeah.
everyone is getting fucked up.
Fictional characters animated on television.
But I'm saying that there was an equal amount of violence to,
Yeah, oh, for
to
sure.
both sexes and however many genders you want.
You know what bothers me about people that complain on nudity? It's like if you read the descriptions of the fucking show that you're watching, it tells you it's TVMA.
Yep.
Like there's no way they didn't give it a TVMA. I'm not even gonna look it up because I know they have.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
So get the fuck out of here. And if you want to complain about seeing titties, okay. So usually when there's TVMA shit and they complain about girls being nude, it's usually just titties. I'm like, but they show the guy's chest too, so why don't you complain about that?
Exactly.
When it's the lower nudity, that's the one that's different, right? If you're showing pussy and dick, they usually show both. Like it's pretty rare that you see pussy but not a dick.
Yep.
So get out of here with your fucking fake bullshit.
Yeah, it was
I'm so offended.
But there are some ones that don't have tits and ass. There's ones that I thought was dope.
Yeah.
I call it Titanfall the Farm Edition, where it's basically farm mechs
Yeah.
that have guns and shit. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
You're right. Some of them are like PG-13.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
It was just the violence against the creatures.
Yeah, world class, man. This shit fucking lit me on fire. I loved everything about this.
Yeah, there's some that are super funny, like the 3 robots that come into. They're basically in the post-apocalyptic world, and they're just exploring the world as if it's a museum. I thought that was hilarious.
I actually liked one of the ones. It made me think. Like I had to pause it.
Was it the yogurt?
No, the yogurt one was funny, but the blue one, where
Oh yeah, yeah.
with the
yeah.
blue robot
Yeah.
swimming pool
He
thing.
looked like
That
yeah,
shit.
he looked like this big old black dude, and they're all like, oh, he's like an artist, and he did this shit, and then he made art that went to like Saturn or some shit.
Yeah, that shit.
I was like, what the?
Shit was
fuck?
foul. Shit was foul and creepy and good at the same time.
There was some creepy shit.
I want everybody to watch it, but we won't give everything away.
There's a Dracula episode.
Yes, sir.
Which fucked me up. I was like, what? This is Dracula? It was cool. It was weird, but it was cool at the same time. They show his dick, and then they shoot his dick off.
This shit is dick off.
Yeah, they shoot his dick off, and then he grows a tentacle.
Yep. Yes. All facts. All fucking facts,
It
man.
was like fucking crazy, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I can't when I was done, I couldn't wait for season 2. I was like, why isn't season 2 available?
There's something dope happening in the chat. What's happening in the chat?
Samantha, of course.
Oh, we love
Oh, man.
Samantha.
If I'm laughing out of nowhere, it's probably Samantha.
We love her.
So,
Much love, girl.
She said, hello, BBCs. I'm early to the chat, which no, you weren't. You were not the first one. Who masturbated before the show? And she,
Ah.
said, she did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice. Much love, girl.
Test. All right, that's better.
You good?
Yeah, there's still some cracking goes out.
Okay.
Cracking art's out.
I hear the crack one.
Keeps coming back. All right, fuck it.
Let's switch it up a
Hold
little.
on, because we're out of order. Now that I have my voice back on the
Oh, go
podcast,
ahead.
we'll do what we normally do in the beginning of the podcast, where I tell you who was first in the chat. I believe it was my boy Aiden, who is 5150 CRX.
Nice.
And then also, listener of the week would be Dre Pettigrew by a fucking shitload.
Nice.
you listen a lot.
He just listened on repeat?
Well, I don't know if he's. Sometimes it's like a technical glitch. where
Okay.
Every time you press play or some shit, maybe I doubt he listened 28 fucking times. So in a week.
We're
So-
hilarious, though. So.
But then somebody else new that is listener of the week would be Cargnot
sounds-
Pietro.
Okay.
So yeah, we got a bunch of Brazilian listeners now.
We love Brazil.
Usually we have watchers in Brazil,
Yeah.
but not listeners. So that's cool.
They respect our Portuguese.
Oh my god! No, you didn't.
So thank you for being, first of all, bilingual.
Yeah.
And listening to us in English, because yeah, we don't break anything down in Portuguese.
Still don't.
Yeah. Unless I say porra. That's about it.
I know you got good steak and shit. I want to get into this a little bit in kind of like I don't know how to start it off. Zack Snyder, goddammit.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this motherfucker wants my attention, and I don't want to give him attention, but at the same time, he keeps saying dumb shit just to, I don't know if he's just a giant troll. I don't know if he's having like mental health issues. What the fuck is going on with Zack Snyder? Who want to break this down?
What happened?
He's talking more shit defending Batman versus Superman
Oh, I
and the
didn't even hear
decision
about
to
that.
have Batman kill.
Whatever his decision was, he was wrong.
Yeah, he's saying basically fuck you the fans if you can't handle superheroes like Batman who kill in his universe.
Yeah, he was
Paraphrasing.
He was basically saying that over time he was going to kill someone. Like there's no way that he couldn't not kill someone for so long.
Oh, that's so dumb. All right, so first of all, this is how he doesn't understand
I'm paraphrasing
the character that he directed.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you're right. First of all, a character like Batman can kill and should kill, but not fucking Batman. All right, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. When Batman does kill, because it has happened in the past,
Sure.
it happened with the Joker, it's very significant. You cannot have Batman rolling through with a fucking jet and a goddamn Gatling gun, just mowing down an entire goddamn floor full of villains.
Yeah.
And that's not what Batman does, because that's some lazy ass shit, and it's a core component to his character is him not killing, especially with fucking guns. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
man.
Like, that's the whole reason why he doesn't use guns is because his parents were shot by guns, and you literally have him flying around in a fucking flying gun, shooting down people. Like, there's no excuse for that. You cannot justify it. If you think you're using any sort of logic, you're not. You're fucking stupid.
And we've been seeing Batman in fucking on the screen, whether it's the small screen or the silver screen, since the 60s. You know what I mean? Like, there's been so many movies, so many fucking TV shows at this point. His version did not work well.
I feel like he should have wrote the Red Hood.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
You want
Or
a Batman-like character?
Or Punisher he could have
Yeah.
written, you know? That would have been fine by me. But Jesus Christ, man.
But even still, he probably would have fucked the Punisher. He probably would have
Yeah.
like not had kids or
Yeah.
you know had some other bullshit. He wasn't a Marine. He was in the fucking Navy or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, fuck him.
So yeah, I'm gonna pull up what he said because he went on a huge like tirade,
Rant.
I guess. Yeah. Was this at WonderCon?
I don't think so. I think this was somewhere else. I don't know where it was, but it was some interview. But go ahead.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Keep
I
going.
thought you fucking had it,
I said I'm
goddammit.
gonna pull it up.
Well, Ninja Gun, old
Fucking
Ninja.
let me down, goddammit. Right off the bat.
I know.
Well, there's a bunch of shit in between.
Yeah, I mean, Stitch, you got any take on... I know you didn't like Beavis. You don't like Zach.
It just seems like he's thirsty for attention.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since DC seemed to have made a nice rebound with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and then potentially, I guess we'll talk about it later with Shazam getting really good reviews.
Non-Zack Snyder movies.
Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault. You don't understand what I was trying to do. And try to chasing after that tugboat full of money that DC, money and positive feedback that DC has received over the last couple
Both
months
critical
and years.
and from, like, fans.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's hardcore fans that like it. Don't get me wrong. But there's plenty that just weren't feeling it. And I think, at least for me, as a parent of a comic-loving 8-year-old and 4-year-old, Batman versus Superman did not make me want to bring my kid. You know? Which is a bad fucking sign. Or have my kids play with the toys from it.
It was just it was just whack.
Oh, so here's a little snippet here.
Go
Because
ahead.
this is a panel that people were asking about Watchmen, and someone asked him something about Batman, and then he says something to the fact where I'm 100% fine. It's cool. It's a cool point of view to say my heroes are still innocent. My heroes didn't lie to America. My heroes didn't embezzle money. My heroes didn't commit any atrocities. That's cool, but you're living in a fucking dream world. This is referring to Batman.
I think I shouldn't do it with anything.
What the fuck?
There's a bit more. So, I mean, because he's basically comparing his work on Watchmen to Batman vs Superman. But there's a lot more on here.
Jesus Christ.
Well, his work on Watchmen was more. It was almost like a page for page type deal.
Same with 300.
Yeah, the Batman shit was like he took liberties on a lot of shit that were incorrect. So he should have stuck to his material like he did with like 300 and Watchmen. He stuck to the material very well with those movies, even though he did that whole slowdown shit. But it was still cool to watch, and it was cool to like see somebody take. It was an adaptation of a pre-existing material.
Yeah.
Which just shows you that I don't think he can actually direct that well.
There we go.
Because he basically had everything laid out for him in both those movies I talked about, like The Watchmen and 300. Those movies did really well. Then didn't he do what was that movie? The one where the chick was in a mental hospital or some
Sucker
shit?
Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that movie
That was
wasn't
rough.
that great, And then he went on to do other comic book movies where him and his writing team took liberties on the characters, which were totally baseless and incorrect. And listen, the numbers don't lie. He tanked the DCEU.
Yes,
he
he did.
really did.
I'm going to give him a fucked up F grade for the bullshit he did with fucking Flash. Flash was coming off of fucking CW with Barry Allen. Everybody loving Barry Allen on CW. Like, even if you don't watch the show, you like that version of Barry Allen. And then they gave me ain't shit ass Ezra, which I still can't fucking stand, and made Cyborg boring as fuck too. So plus, if you wanted to talk about this, the time to do it would be in 2016 when that fucking movie came out, not now. You know what I mean? Like, come on, we ain't heard from him in years.
Someone brought it up to him. So, and then he was like, I mean, he's still involved in the DCU. He's still producing.
Shouldn't be.
shit.
Yeah, keep him like locked away in the back, not doing shit. You know what I mean? He could have his name in the credits a little bit.
Put him in the basement like the guy in Office Space.
Milton.
Yeah.
Give him his little red stapler.
Yeah,
Put him
man.
away.
Fuck out of here, Zach. All right, where you want to go? We got Deathstroke. What's this Deathstroke news? Deathstroke and Jericho staying with DC?
Yeah, DC's Titans. They're bringing in Deathstroke.
Who's
And then-
playing them?
They ain't gonna save shit though.
Yeah.
But it's not the guy from Justice League playing them.
No, totally different guy. He's,
That would make too much sense.
But they're also bringing in Jericho. I guess I've never heard of this. I don't remember this character at all. They're bringing
His
him
son?
to.
His
yeah.
son Jericho?
I thought his name was something different. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought his son was Jericho.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're bringing him into. And then they're bringing in, I guess, a version of Ravager.
okay. His daughter, yeah,
Yeah, but she's Asian.
half Asian.
Well, she looks. The actress is full on Asian, but okay.
That's fine. I'm just saying the character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
if you're half black, everybody thinks you're black.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there you go.
I mean,
President Obama.
President Obama. Yeah. There you go.
So
So these are. I mean, are these announcements enough to get you to watch if Deathstroke is on the show or nah?
no.
You got to pay to watch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can pay to watch if that's how.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, legally you should pay to watch.
I didn't say any otherwise, but I said you can.
Legally, you should pay to watch us. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not. This is for next season.
Yeah,
that they're talking
season
about
two,
this
season
bullshit.
two.
Eh.
I mean,
I love Deathstroke.
That's what I'm saying. Is that enough to bring it? I mean, because he's versing his basic arch nemesis, the Titans.
How
Teen
much-
Titans.
No.
Even though they're not teens.
Is it less
per
than
se.
$5 per month?
No, it's like $8.
Oh,
or
fuck
some
out of
shit
here!
like
No,
that.
I ain't doing that. No.
And you're looking at probably commercials.
Oh, fuck out.
And you can't binge.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's every once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a pass. I'm a pass on this shit.
I mean,
man.
now you can watch it because like Doom Patrol's airing now on DC Universe.
I mean-
And I guess they're doing Swamp Thing later this year. They got a Stargirl show coming. and one other one.
That all sounds terribly boring.
Yeah. Go ahead, Carlos.
Yeah, listen, if you want to have shit behind a paywall, it's got to be exceptionally good. I talked about Star Trek Discovery. I trashed on it because it was behind a paywall, and I was like, "Who fuck's gonna pay for this?" But I gotta be honest with you, that show to me is worth paying for.
Okay.
Really is. I think I am paying for it. So, yeah. But Titans was trash.
Yeah.
Like it was trash. It looked bad. It is bad. They fucked up the characters, and then they tried to hide behind people having a backlash against one character because she happens to be African American. and I thought that was a really shitty thing to do when whoever was in their costume department, they fucked with the character. All right.
Did you even finish it off, Titans?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay.
I know. I did. And my biggest problem was Starfire, because her power set, even though I'm not even a huge fan, but her power set was totally off, because literally all she did was like throw fire and fireballs.
That ain't ain't Starfire.
She literally starts out like in this secret. I've said this before, but it's basically she starts out like as a secret agent almost. She wakes up.
No.
She wakes up and she can speak, multiple languages and stuff, and then she doesn't remember how she got there.
She ain't Dick Grayson.
Yeah, she basically killed a bunch of Russian mob bosses.
That's Dick Grayson shit.
Somehow ends up in the U.S. and then links up with everybody. I'm just like, what?
She's an alien princess, goddammit. That's that's her story. You know what I mean?
You find that out later. I mean, you find out she's an alien, which should be obvious, and she can throw fireballs out and her eyes turn green. But
should be a meta.
She doesn't fly. She doesn't fly, but she does have a spaceship, I guess.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
That sounds bad, man.
Anyway.
All right.
Can we move on?
Yes.
I want to talk about some bullshit because I know that it was brought up to us from people that are friends of us with the podcast.
What you got?
We're going to talk about some Cardi B shit.
Oh,
okay. Let's do this.
Is this your queen, Prodigy?
Oh, yeah. I got a lot to say, but go ahead.
Yeah, so apparently Cardi B admitted like 3 years ago that she drugged and robbed dudes, after she was done stripping. Or, during her strip nights. Like, she basically take dudes home from the strip club, drug them, and then rob them. And then there's this whole huge uproar, people comparing her to, like, R. Kelly and all this, like, Me Too movement shit. The Me Too movement shit I don't really understand. Unless you rape them, then I guess. But that's what they paid for, right? That'd be the entire transaction, wouldn't it? But anyway, neither here nor there.
You can't compare to R. Kelly.
No, you cannot compare this shit to R.
different,
Kelly.
yeah.
This shit's ridiculous.
Apples and
Listen.
pineapples.
Cardi B was doing some hoe shit. That's what hoes do. I mean, I'm not surprised that a stripper that was hooking, that's what she was doing. She's being a hooker. Yep. She was accepting money to have sex with somebody, that she robbed them. I am not surprised in the slightest. Is it wrong? Yeah, it's wrong. But at the same time, the guys that were paying were also doing some illegal shit. Even though I think that hooking should be legal, to be honest with you. I mean, if you want to pay for sex, go ahead. You can pay for massage. Why can't you pay for sex?
There's rules to the game, though. Okay, I mean, if we're gonna go down,
she's wrong.
Yeah, but there's still like Omar says, every man has to have a code. And
what's the code?
You just have to have a code. Like, you don't shoot up on church Sunday. You don't do drive-by on church Sunday and everything. It's just like there's certain rules to the game and everything.
Oh my god.
Now, obviously, I mean, we sort of dabbed on it a little bit when we talked about Robert Kraft trying to get his jerk off with the girls in the massage parlor and everything. Now, okay, if the stripper wants and you decide, all right, for a good deal, we're just gonna go to the hotel and whatever, have sex.
I want to pause you real quick.
Okay.
No sane man would do this. If you're in your right fucking mind, you would not say, hey, there's a stripper, I'm going to take her home and try to fuck her. Like, you should, this is a terrible idea.
Okay.
Terrible idea.
Let's just go down into the rabbit hole.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, okay. Paying $20 to have a woman dance in your lap is a dumb idea to begin with.
Oh, but that's, but the risk is way lower.
Risk, yeah.
There's no risk. Yeah. There's no risk of anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
the single guy lizard brain fantasy is like, I'm gonna go to this strip club, and the ultimate lotto is maybe I'll fuck one of these chicks. I mean, that's not a realistic option, but
that is never an option in my brain.
Super young guy, like 19, 20, 21 or whatever. I can understand the mentality.
When I was turned 18, I think one of the first I got brought to a fucking strip club. That's one of the things like my friends did for me. And you know what? I got hot bitches dancing all over me with titties out. I've got a hard on. She's grinding on it. Yeah, I mean, the blood from my brain is going to the south. So I would love to be able to fuck with these bitches. So I'm not thinking with my logical, common sense mind. All right? Now, I don't know what was talked about in this whole we're gonna go back to the hotel and fuck kind of thing, because this happens at hotels and escorts and all kinds
All
of
the
strip
time.
clubs all over the place or whatever. Now, if I said to hey stripper, hey, I'll give you $2,000 if we just go get this room, and you're like, okay, cool. Then we got a business. That's a business agreement, is it not?
Yeah.
You shouldn't rob me. I mean, I'm paying you for goods and services,
Yes.
sex, money, good. I'm not gonna punch you in the face after I get my nut off. I'm not going to rob you, because that would be fucked up and against the code. And you shouldn't drug me and rob me without fucking me.
For 100% for sure, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, definitely, if somebody's paying you to do something, you should probably do it, especially if you accept it. It's agreed upon. You're both consenting adults. You should do it. You're obligated to do it. All right, but like making her out to be like some rapey ass monster, like putting her on the level of like R. Kelly or even like Bill Cosby and shit is like, listen, did she fuck him? If she did fuck him, transaction completed. Did
Yeah,
she actually
exactly,
rob them?
exactly.
No, because they paid for it.
No.
But if
Well,
she did both-
If the business transaction is done, and I remember I with my good friend Jamie when I played I guess it was Scarface on PlayStation 3, where you could do the drug action. And I was like, why don't you just shoot the dude that you just sold the drugs to and get your money back? And it was like this big light bulb went over here. Now, that's against the code.
Yeah.
Like if if I like fucking meth or whatever, and I buy meth off you, and we make a deal, even though I'm a fucking idiot for doing meth, you're a piece of shit for selling meth. And then I decide to shoot you to get my money back after I sell the meth.
But here's the
and
problem.
I'm more of a piece of shit.
But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with that argument, is that if she fucked them while they were passed out, they still had sex, and she still got paid.
Well, what if? Yeah, but what if?
It's morally gray.
No, what if she?
Why would she rob?
It's
That's
not a robbery.
It's not a rob.
No.
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
But the whole thing was she
No,
said
You see
she
the conundrum
robbed
here.
dudes.
Yeah, but if she
back-
fucked them, it's not a robbery.
Well, going back, if she fucked them, so if the transaction was completed, and all of a sudden she pulls out a kind of weapon, or her friends come in, they take whatever else he has on them. So basically, she
That's
got
robbery.
paid,
Yeah.
and they took everything he had on him, including whatever credit cards, whatever's in his wallet, whatever kind of jewelry he
Right.
had. So she got paid and a come up.
Right. And now if we agree, like, all right, you're gonna fuck me for $200, we whatever fuck, and then all of a sudden your squad comes in, Omar runs in with the shotgun, and he's like, empty your pockets.
Yeah.
Give me all
And
you
you
got.
got- so-
That's foul.
Yeah, so
Wrong.
like basically you show up to fuck, you drop your drawers, your dick is out, you hard, and then all of a sudden this fucking 300-pound dude with a shotgun rolls up, give me your money, and she's just
Yeah.
like,
That's it.
grrr.
That's against
Fucking
yeah.
bullshit.
It's
It's not against them.
it's fucked up. But I have to go back to. I don't hold Cardi B to have the highest amount of moral standards. I don't know why anybody is at this point.
It's the
It's-
risk
it-
you play when you go down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like being surprised that Suge Knight fucking beat up people and robbed them too.
Yeah.
It's like get the fuck. I don't understand the whole point of that shit.
Let me say something. Jay-Z sold crack in fucking Brooklyn in the 80s and 90s.
Whom's to do?
Snoop was on trial for murder. Eminem tried to kill his wife.
Wrote songs about it.
Yeah, I mean, and wrote, yeah, exactly.
literally
Wrote
all of them
all those, all of this. Dr. Dre slapped D Barnes. There's stuff that we know about rappers because it's in music, it's in popular culture, it's just part of being a celebrity. This is the flavor of the week. What's Shea Butter Twitter mad about fucking today? It's going to. If people are going to fucking forget about it.
Black Twitter. Goddamn.
2 fucking days from
never
now,
heard
people are
that?
gonna fucking forget about it. I'll tell you fucking why people are gonna forget about it. No fucking man. You talk about the code and shit. No fucking man is going to raise their hand and say, "Yes, I was a fucking victim of this, and I want to
Actually,
file charges."
somebody did say they were a victim, but I don't know if they're pressing charges.
I don't think they're pressing any charges. I don't think there's going to be any trial. I don't think she's going to jail. This is literally just Twitter angry about some shit today because she said this happened in her fucking past. Yes, she robbed somebody. Yes, she drugged somebody while being quote unquote a stripper, more like a fucking hooker. And
Well, that is. I mean, if you're paying for sex,
yeah, exactly.
sex, you're a hooker.
I'm just saying, in her words, she was still calling herself a stripper at the time. You paying for you go? No, let me break it down even more. If you're going, you're not stripping in the hotel club. Your stripping is at the strip club.
Can you turn the mic towards you?
Got it?
Turn the mic, or speak into the mic. It's like turn away. There you go.
You're stripping at the strip club. Real simple. When you go to the hotel, that's for fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no fucking stripping at the fucking hotel going on. You're going there to fuck. And she drugged some guys allegedly who aren't standing up and saying, "Oh, I'm going to press charges."
Wait, she said she. Well, wait.
She said
Which allegedly she said she drugged him, right?
She said she did. So
So what's allegedly?
She's not been convicted or charged.
It doesn't matter if you do some shit, then that doesn't mean you have to.
She could be talking. It was on Instagram. She could be talking.
Did she get hacked?
Huh?
Did she get hacked?
No, she could be talking shit, is what I'm saying too.
Okay. If you admit to doing something, I would take you for your word for it. But I don't need a court or fucking judge to be like.
You would. You would. A lot of people are taking her at her word. Some people aren't. But I'm just saying we don't know. We don't know what was done and what wasn't done.
She admitted. I'm confused.
Yeah.
What's the
Prodigy. And she said she did it. I mean,
here's my thing. Rappers say shit. Rappers say shit. Sometimes it's true, and sometimes it's fabrication.
but she apologized for it and said it was fucked up.
Why are you giving her a pass for some?
I'm not giving her any pass on anything. I'm not giving her any pass
his
on anything.
queen.
I'm not giving her any pass on anything. All I'm trying to tell you is y'all are fake mad about this.
I wish I had like the tire squeal. I'm with you up until the point where you're saying that it's alleged, because she admitted it.
How do we know that this happened?
Because she said so. How do I know anything happened?
Yeah. How do we know you're
hold on, wait.
What the fuck?
The way we know crimes have occurred is there's been trials and convictions and shit.
How do we know you're Prodigy?
I got ID, goddammit.
It's alleged.
Prodigy.
Was it proven in
I
court?
don't need. I don't need a fucking trial to know that you like the fucking Warriors.
So
You're wearing a Warriors fucking thing
So
right
any-
now, and you say you like the Warriors.
wait.
That to me is proof enough that you like the
confession.
Warriors.
just because she said it, this happened exactly like she said.
Yes.
I don't know that. I don't. Y'all can know that. I don't know that.
I feel like you should be on Fox News right now, bro.
You know for certain that she did this.
I take her.
I
word,
don't.
I take her word for it.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. I don't want to get caught up in whether my belief or disbelief of it. All I'm trying to say is I don't think people are actually legitimately mad about this. And I think it's
I'm
going to
not mad
boil
about it.
over in a fucking day.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But before that, I'm not with you. Like I don't.
She said she did something. Okay.
I had to think about. All I can think
I'm so
about.
confused.
I'm thinking about the episode of Atlanta where it's like, I know y'all, but I don't know y'all. It's like y'all my niggas, but y'all ain't my niggas.
Hey, you believe her at her word, fine. I don't
Yeah.
care one way or another. Nothing's going to happen.
So do
though.
you believe R. Kelly peed on kids?
There's video evidence of that. There's video evidence of it.
But-
and I've seen
but-
parts of the video.
So a man came forward saying that he got robbed by Cardi B.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I guess not now. Anything can be not true.
No, I just
you might not be black. You might not be my cousin.
I didn't see.
I didn't see you born.
I didn't see
or-
any person
This is
coming
Inception
forward
right
saying
now.
that this happened.
Yeah, somebody really did.
Okay,
Dream-
fine.
It's a
fine.
dream inside a dream.
It seems pretty simple to me. I'm just saying.
Man, Prodigy, how
She's
hard,
saying it happened. That's all. That's all we have.
how hard did Captain Marvel hit you?
I'm filing sexual assault charges on Carol. We all know this. Fuck her ass.
Shit.
But yeah,
Oh, man.
this is nothing.
I mean, it is.
Nobody got murdered. Nobody got raped.
No one got murdered,
Yeah,
but
I'm with you on that.
people
Yeah.
lost
Here, listen,
property.
This is on KMEL. First victim that's surviving Cardi B comes forward and shares his story. So this is it's a real story.
Okay.
A real guy came forward. He could be bullshitting, I guess, but I mean, for what?
He actually he came out and actually like got on interview or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
Okay,
Is that
all right.
the guy right there?
no, I'm just saying I didn't see that, but now you're showing me that's fine.
Yeah. And I mean, when I guess we won't go into depth about it in terms of what happened during this so-called robbery.
Yeah, because I mean,
because a lot of people call robbery when your car gets broken into, and that's
Oh, shit, she
technically
was
not a
smart.
robbery. Now, if somebody puts a gun, because technically robbery is taking anyone's property by use of force or fear. So if somebody walks,
Would the drugging be a force? I'm asking. I don't know.
no,
Is drugging someone by force?
no,
Okay.
no.
So
you-
I mean, the guy's detail is pretty specific. So he got robbed at $850, a Louis Vuitton belt, and an iPod Touch. He alleges he tried to call her number numerous times, and that he realized that she gave him a Google Voice number. That's
Well,
fucking
how
gangster
do you
right there.
lose the property,
That's
though?
fucking gangster right there.
Okay.
But I'm confused how he lost the
Oh
property.
no, he got drugged.
He said he got drugged and she
just took his shit.
Took his
But
shit.
he ain't filing nothing.
Well, hold on, can I explain why? Let me
Let me
finish
see.
the
Yeah,
story.
let's hear it.
He claims he never went to the police because he didn't want his fiance at the time to find out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay. Okay, dude.
And he says man goes on to say doesn't want to press charges
There you go.
now because he was traumatized by the experience. So.
Sure,
So,
guy.
okay. I mean, shit, you had your shit stolen. Some chick finessed you. So
That
what
you was trying to fuck for money. Like,
Yeah, you
let's
were.
not leave that part out either.
Well, he was trying to fuck for money, and he was going behind his fiance's back, because she probably put it on him to where he's like, I need to get that. And then she's like, ooh. And she probably, ran her trick and is like, basically tried to feel how much money he had on him. He might have flashed it, so she decided to take it to the hotel, woo, take your shit, take out.
Who knows? If you're dealing with like the selling of sex and shit, a lot of foul stuff goes on.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about, I think a year or two ago when Craigslist, before they shut down their service or their sex service stuff, that kid who was 19, he got a hooker to come over and she robbed him blind. And he wanted to. He was basically just trying to get ass. I guess he was going to give her his virginity or some shit. But he got robbed. He was just trying to get laid. So it's not like to us. This is not the first time we've heard this story. We've only heard this from someone who's famous, like almost uber famous.
She ain't going to jail.
I assume that almost every single stripper that I see, for the right amount of money, would probably fuck me.
No probablys about it.
Yeah,
Every single one
I'm
would.
just saying.
Yes.
But
I wish we had we need to get stripper friends so we can interview.
well, we have adult friends.
We have
adult.
but that's different industry.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, a little different
we,
there.
we can get somebody who strips on here.
Oh yeah.
We met up quite a few strippers for Blue's bachelor party.
Sure
Some
did.
really cool ones.
Oh,
I knew
Lou
that was
done
coming.
rolled up in
Yeah.
here.
My spider sense. I kept trying to interrogate him. He wouldn't give me a straight answer. I was like, something up. This fool up to something.
All right.
Oh my.
I was listening to the podcast
Wait,
on the way up here.
Is your shit on?
Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear
all
him.
right.
Shit.
See, I was on the way over here, and I was like, I'm gonna honk my horn and see if I
I
can
heard
hear
the
it.
horn.
I was
hear
like,
the
can
horn.
I hear it live? And it took like a maybe a minute or so for it
You
to
park
pop
on the
up.
curb too?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was like, I got no time to waste. You
Yeah.
guys still talking about Cardi B?
Yeah. Blue, get in here. What you got?
Thoughts?
So,
Your Cardi thoughts?
first of all, it's nothing like R. Kelly because R. Kelly was like raping little kids and forcing them into sex slavery and fucking with their emotions. Cardi B, she was just doing some gangster shit, basically. I mean, y'all guys talked about like, Jay-Z was out there selling crack, Biggie was out there selling crack. They were just trying to get their papers, but R. Kelly's on a
Different level.
different level. They're on a different level. But what Cardi B is doing isn't cool at all. I mean, the fact that she was stripping and she would like hook up with guys and drug them and then fucking rob them. That's some movie gangster shit, right? Basically, is Cardi B.
Yeah, if you want to fake pretend that raping little girls that are underage and drugging dudes and robbing them without killing them or raping them is on the same level, then please move to Florida.
But also like
Florida, man.
what Cardi B was doing also, it's almost like it's a little bit of the victimless crime because a lot of the guys who probably were sleeping with her, they weren't reporting to the police. So it's like if your credit card gets stolen or something like that.
Nah, it's
like
still a
you're-
victim. Definitely
I mean,
a victim.
But like it's like if your credit card gets stolen, like
That's different,
I mean
though.
somebody's being hurt by it, but then again, it's not like
Your credit's
All right,
fucked up.
Blue. Let's use this same logic. Say you paid $100 to get a really good massage.
okay.
You lay on the table, you wake up, you didn't get a massage, and you
Okay,
go to
yeah.
the front and you're like, "Yo, I didn't get a massage. Where's my money at?" "Oh yeah, you got one. You got to go now though." But you definitely didn't get one. You're the victim.
Yeah,
You got hoodwinked,
Yeah.
swindled,
Bamboozled.
but it,
led astray.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They shouldn't have been because it's illegal. I don't think that being a prostitute should be illegal, but robbing somebody is definitely illegal and should be illegal.
yeah.
So I just want to make a distinction there.
I mean, Cakeman in the chat says, "What if the roles were reversed? What if she was drugged and then robbed, but with or without sex?"
Yeah, I mean, then
Maybe-
that would be again
Well,
her
yeah,
her
that's a
being
good.
her being the victim of someone robbing her.
but if you take
If I
this,
was a grimy ass dude and I got this stripper who I know's got just straight cash on her,
Lots of
and get her to come back to the hotel and be like, "Oh yeah, you gonna fuck me? I'll give you $2,000 or whatever." She comes back to the hotel, have a little bit of wine, whatever, get in that thing, and I drug her and I just snatch her money and go. I'm a piece of shit. Am I
well,
not?
isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a movie
I
out
mean,
there.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Because I didn't fuck her. Because that's rape.
Didn't that happen in a movie, right? Where like they fucking like there was a stripper. What's the name of the stripper movie with the chick from Saved by the Bell?
Showgirls.
Showgirls. Yeah, didn't one chick? Didn't they like beat her ass?
They
and, like,
raped her. Like
Oh, they didn't rob her though. Yeah,
they raped her.
You
And
thinking
it
of
was
Players
brutal.
Club?
Players Club.
That's what
it
you're
was.
thinking of.
Yeah,
That's what I thought
Players
at
Club,
first,
that's
but then
what
he
it
said
was.
Saved by the
That sound
Bell.
like that Ice Cube one.
Yeah, that Ice Cube one was like, that
Yeah,
shit was
she
fucked
got-
up.
Oh, striptease, I think, with Demi Moore, I think they had the same thing when they were trying to rob people or rob dudes when they were stripping.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't know, but yeah, Cardi B came out and said that there's no alleged about it. But then again, you got like the dude from that one show on Fox right now. The guy who came out lied about him being robbed and not this, not. And
Justin.
Oh, we'll get on that.
Yeah, so it's like people say they did one thing, but they actually did not. But also like what's that guy's name? Not Big Pun.
Fat Joe.
Not Fat Joe. The fat
Same guy.
black guy.
DJ Khaled.
No, not even him.
We the
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
You run out of light skinned fat
The
dude.
the black. No, he's not light skinned. He's dark skinned.
God damn.
Oh, you talking about Rick
Fat-
Ross?
Yeah, Rick Ross. Like he no.
Stole
So
a guy's identity.
no, he stole somebody's
literally
identity.
did.
Talk about how he did all this hood shit, but he's
Yeah,
fucking
he was a
perpetrating
correction
somebody
officer.
else guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fake
And-
rappers.
Yeah.
And the other guy
fake
was
ass rapper.
actually in jail. That he says that the CIA gave him the cocaine to sell to the community.
Rick Ross was actually either a probation officer or worked in the prison.
He was a
Something like
corrections
that.
officer.
Corrections,
Yeah.
Okay, I
He's
got
also
a
Cookie
nice little
Monster, by
round
the way.
table
But he's
question.
got all those fucking tattoos now. So it's
you
like,
got
I'll go with Prodigy because I'm sure your answer will be
This is
hilarious.
B's and
What you
BTI.
got?
How
already?
long do you think you could successfully run a strip club?
Ooh, fuck! On the business side of it? Ooh.
Without it getting shut down either because you went broke or some sort of illegal operation shit where the feds just...
you got 15, or you got 15 kids from the strippers.
Yeah, I'd go in deep with the Sharks in 15 days. That would be it for me, man.
Alright.
Yeah.
What about you,
Shit.
Cronus? How long do you think you could successfully run a
for a pretty long time. Like, because I would know how to properly hire bouncers. I think
Content?
that's one of the most important things about a strip club is knowing
security?
Yes, it's security. Like hiring girls. I mean, listen, there is a fetish out there for everybody. So there's never gonna be a lack of women and men that like them, or women that like them for that matter. So most important thing would have to be security, which I'd be good at weeding the guys out, and I can do security myself. So
What you got, Blue?
If it's a guy strip club, I'll probably have a long ass fucking time.
God damn!
But if it's a women's strip club, like as in female dancers, probably like maybe a year, and then I'll probably have to sell that motherfucker because the sweetness would probably kick my ass.
Oh, she gave you a year though. She generous.
yeah.
No, she didn't know. She found out.
Going on smelling like glitter and sex.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
What's up with all
Why
these
you-
dollars?
Yeah.
Why don't you got no bigger bills?
How come you doing podcasts every night? What the fuck?
Oh, damn.
Your singles smell like tuna. All right, what you got on Ninja?
I'm gonna say probably for a while, like Cronus, because I actually know a couple of people that run strip clubs in SoCal. So they would be my consultants for sure on how to get it off the ground. We got people like Cronus who connects on how to get strippers or security, and then I know a lot of female friends that have female friends that either used to be or trying to be in the industry. So I mean, I think the biggest problem is location, because certain cities, especially here in the Bay, do not want that kind of stigma, or they don't want that kind of business. So it starts with locale, and then everything else would just fall into place for me.
I just wouldn't have to, as long as I'm not physically in the brick and mortar building.
Oh, dang.
I would just have to
Run
watch
from the
everything from
outside.
the cameras
Yeah.
at my home, chilling.
VPN in.
Yeah.
Working remote. Hey, bitch, get on the stage, goddammit.
Yeah, what's going on camera
Yeah.
3?
Stop counting your ones. Get on the stage, Brittany.
You know what? Another important part of it though is you do need a good ass fucking DJ.
Yes.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
And you need DJs that will like make the songs go fast. You know what I mean?
Depends
No,
on, yeah.
Like no, you need short, fast, booty shaking songs.
It depends on the
Strip girl.
Each stripper has their own
Hold
music
the
that they
fuck
dance to.
on.
What?
Hold the fuck on. Your definition of DJ and my definition of DJ are obviously different. Strip club DJs are fucking awful. They have no actually. They are playlist creators at best.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. However, you need a good DJ in the strip club, not a good one for like a disco or a fucking
I
nightclub.
wouldn't call them a
I
DJ
mean,
though.
that's what they go by.
Unless
But
they go by, but it's like
Coming to stage, Chris.
Yeah, you have to
They're
do,
not
and you have to
really
keep the
DJs.
pace going though. You know
But
what I
then
mean?
also
Like you
you
can't be playing no slow shit.
List. You just
What
be like,
did
all
it-
right, Chris selects these 7 songs. I'm playing
Yeah.
this one.
Yo,
Yeah.
Alexa, let
That's
me hear
fine.
that. Let me hear that dirty down south music right now.
Yeah,
But then also it depends on location too, because you don't want to be a fucking strip club in California because it's just horrible,
Yeah, well,
hot garbage.
The ones in SoCal aren't so bad. Let me give you a distinction. I would say you would need a good MC, not a good DJ, because everybody knows the good stripper songs. If you want to control a crowd, that's an MC. That's a microphone controller. A DJ is a disc jockey. There's a difference there.
I still slightly disagree. I think you're going to need both. You need to be able to do some slight selection of some tracks that are short and to the point for the club dancing.
But you realize that, hold on, so you realize that the strippers usually pick what songs they want to dance to.
Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
So
That's fine.
that's even less and less of a DJ role there.
But you're not playing the whole goddamn song though.
Yeah,
you know what
but
I mean?
knowing when to turn a song off does not take a lot of skill.
If the girl is
Yeah, I'm not.
twerking to the fucking Sesame Street song,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Ain't nobody
does it?
fucking caring. But I think
Baby
one
Shark.
of the
I've been to clubs with bad DJs. I just
Oh, yeah,
have.
really?
Like,
I think we
yeah.
all have.
I would say probably the most important thing you need to have is some good ass fucking buffalo wings.
Oh, you don't fucking no. You leave right now, goddammit. Get the fuck out of here. You do not. Let me look at the camera. You do not, goddammit, mix your food with your stripping or your fucking sex work. Get the fuck out of here. Especially wings.
That's when
Wings.
Listen, if you're talking about when you're talking about slob status, when you're talking about breaking multiple fucking sins that are in the Bible,
my God.
that's when you're eating fucking food at a strip club.
Greasy
That's when
ass
you're-
wings.
That's when you're a strip
Okay.
I've seen crawfish.
He
served.
Prodigy went full on Soldier Boy right there.
You can't do that. You know what I mean?
You also need a good like cleaning staff too, because
Oh, yeah, you do.
Janitorial work is
Yeah.
important. You were right
Super-
about that, goddammit.
Because the man's bathroom, there's all kind of jizz all over the
Do
fucking
you be
place.
tipping the guy in the bathroom $1 every time?
Oh hell no!
At high-end strip clubs,
Yeah,
I've done
I
it a
guess
couple
that's
times.
true. Yeah.
I gotta admit.
I
can watch
I give
all
them
that.
life tips. Yo, if you could code, you wouldn't be in the fucking bathroom right now.
Drip, drip, drip.
Damn.
Holy shit.
All right.
Strip clubs.
Do we want to get into this us stuff?
Yes.
Oh yeah, now that Blue's here.
No, I guess go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's a big movie.
it's all
It
right.
opened #1 this past weekend. It's Jordan
He
Peele's.
defeated Brie Larson.
I'm on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean in her third or fourth week, whatever it was. But
Second week?
yeah, Jordan Peele's rated R horror movie takes place in Santa Cruz,
That was
Northern
a nice little
California.
surprise. I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah,
I knew that.
It's got Lupita. It's got M'Baku.
Hold
What
on.
y'all think?
Quick caveat: y'all knew that Quan was working on this film when he was
I
here,
did.
right?
Yeah,
okay,
he
yeah.
told me.
So you
Uh-huh,
also have
which
to say Golden Eggplant Award winner Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah, it's true.
That's
Which
Good
I was
distinction.
still surprised.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and you know what? You need to put respect on your new girl, Golden Eggplant winning Brie Larson.
We talking about us now, right
Yeah,
now.
I'm just saying for future reference.
motherfucker. All right, what y'all think of this movie? This is the big one.
Blue, you didn't really care for this. Am I
I,
correct?
I'm the lone man on an iceberg, but apparently I'm not, because I thought this movie was hot shit garbage. I thought it was really bad. I thought the acting was really bad. Why was it R-rated? It shouldn't have been R-rated. Probably could have done a PG-13. Like, there's barely any blood scenes. Like, the storyline, it wasn't even a horror movie, to be honest. Like, nothing in the movie was scary at all. It was just, okay, there's a crazy family out there that's...
Spoilers are going to be.
What
in
is it? This is from the trailer, so I'm
Go
not
ahead.
spoiling anything so far. But like, only part that was scary was I want to say I'm gonna call them the upside down people, or the
I call them the tethers.
tethers. When she was speaking, that was the only part that was like the cool thing. For like, me and the Swedes went to go see the movie, and we actually were gonna walk out because
Wow.
there was
What part? Midway?
probably midway. Like all together, like there's no
Notes.
there's nothing to keep me in the movie. Like I didn't like the son in the movie. I fucking hated the daughter. Like the scene where they're
Sounds a
like
little weird, okay.
in
The
the
children?
scene, the children was
daughter
fucking
was good.
annoying. They were so fucking bad. But like the scene where like they're riding in the car and they're like the chick from Black Panther is trying to like teach her son like to keep beat with the song. She was fucking off beat. I'm like, you're not keeping beat with the song. Like, what the fuck?
There was a reason for that.
No rhythm because she been in the mirror.
But she was in ballet. She did ballet well. Like her dancing on stage. She was fine doing that.
Nope. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
What else?
You got any other?
But then like the whole like red
March
suit
27th,
thing
Prodigy
and
and Stitch about to team up.
no, but then like
Write it down. It won't ever happen
Yeah,
again.
this won't happen. This probably won't happen for another 2 years.
but like like the whole people being in like red jumpsuit like that was stupid. Like you kind of saw that coming, and then like the whole boat scene. Like even when I tried to tell a joke in the movie, it just was horrible. Like no, even the theater I was in, nobody fucking laughed. Like the scene where like the boat breaks down, and then like he hits it with his head and it starts back up. Like nobody was like laughing. Like nothing in this movie was interesting. Like I feel the Get Out was a whole lot better than this. I didn't feel like the Get Out was a horror movie. I think it was more suspenseful than horror.
That's what I was gonna ask.
But then again, like Us was just kind of stupid. Like it didn't make any sense, and like I really did not like. This is like Bird Box. Like I thought Bird Box was better than this, and I gave Bird Box a pretty low rating. Like I give this movie easily a 3. To be honest, dude, this movie I seriously did not like this movie. I mean, I feel like people who are rating it high is just because it was by a black director. I think people are fanboying or fangirling off of Jordan Peele making this movie, and yeah, it just. I really did not like this movie whatsoever.
That might be your lowest review I've heard on a theatrical release.
I'd have to look that. I'd have to go in the archive to see if he gave something lower.
God, it was so bad. Like
Okay.
I kid you not. The sweetness looked over to me. She's all, "You want to go?" I'm like, "I do. I just need to find out how the fuck this ends." Like I only stayed in the movie to find out how shit ended, and that's it.
Okay. Stitch, you want to jump in here?
Wow. I mean, I wasn't this wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen. There were some stuff I was really confused about, and I didn't totally understand. It seems like Jordan Peele's horror isn't the horror that a lot of other people maybe expect in terms of like it just being like gory, like a hostile type movie and everything. It's more got that sort of suspenseful, strange twist on everything. So I was very curious on what the fuck was going on. I mean, obviously I try not to watch a lot of trailers for movies that I plan on watching. So I did see the one, and I was like, all right, I know I'm gonna watch it. Don't want to see anything else. It just looks like, I guess, a home invasion type horror movie with people that look like them. So I'm signed up for it. I'll see what the fuck's going on.
All right.
I will say, in the movie theater that I watched, the sound cut out for about 10-15 minutes from the scene where they get to the beach with the white family until the boy runs into the Jeremiah 11:11 guy. Then they
that's early.
Yeah,
but it was just all silent, and everyone in the theater was like, what the fuck's going on? Then they rewound it back maybe like 5 minutes, so I didn't hear any of the conversation. I just saw what I thought. I was like, okay, I guess they're family friends or whatever. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, there wasn't much dialogue in that scene, to be honest. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
hey, girl,
there's not
you
a
here?
lot.
Oh, you're here too, and your brother's weird.
Okay. I did have a lot of questions afterwards, and I do think a lot of people maybe are making this out to be much more of a masterpiece than it actually is. Like, I enjoyed the movie. I'm not going to call it some sort of eye-opening, crazy introspective on life and social, economic issues and blah, blah, blah. Unless I completely miss that or I'm just ignorant to it, then that's maybe just on me. But I enjoyed it for the nice little mystery for what it was. There was a lot of stuff, I guess, once we go into a little bit depth where I still didn't completely understand what the fuck was going on with the whole Hands Across America stuff at the very end. And it's just like, okay, how's this sort of end now? Like, is everyone dead except his family? They're just holding hands now, and all these psychopaths are just chilling across the mountains. I do remember slightly Hands Across America, but I don't know what I had to look up a lot of YouTube videos to find out what it
Yeah,
was
it's like-
for at the time.
It's an 80s thing about
What
some
the- yeah,
kid being kidnapped or some shit, right?
I guess it was like for like hunger and homelessness,
Homelessness.
and stuff, and whatever.
It worked. Oh wait, shit, it didn't.
I don't remember anybody locking hands to go from coast to coast.
I mean, but
You know what helps homeless people? Not holding hands. Homes. That's literally what helps them is homes.
Yep.
This movie made me think of what's the name of that one movie where they go camping and like all this horror shit start happening?
Cabin in
Cabin
the
in the
Woods.
Woods?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. It was almost. It had a lot of similar tastes of
Cabin
that.
in the Woods was fucking
good.
great though. I love that.
Yeah, it was
movie.
good. Yeah, it was good. But like it's like you got people living in the basement just coming out and do pretty weird shit.
and I can never pronounce her. The main
Lupita.
actress, Lupita Nyong'o.
Nyong'o.
When she was talking at the beginning, I mean, I really liked how her voice was all kind of fucked up, but I couldn't clearly understand what it was she was explaining, because I was like, all right, what she's saying is really important, but that voice that she was doing,
Yeah.
I couldn't understand the story, and I was like, all right, when she's explaining
was
why
cool,
they're
though.
underground and everything, and I'm like leaning forward in my like theater chair, like squinting my eyes, trying to understand, but it was so like
Gargled.
dry and gargly and cracky. I couldn't understand what she was explaining about why they were underground, why they were eating rabbits, and how they were mirrored, and and like I was like, fuck, I know this is highly important, but I'm in a fucking theater. I can't just be like, hey, can you rewind that? I missed that, because her voice is a little bit
Crockety.
a little bit too crazy sounding right
That
now.
was the other problem I had, is that like I don't want to. Oh god, it's gonna be a spoiler.
No,
Alright,
put it out
fine,
there.
fine.
So, with what's happening with that character, like it didn't make sense that she grew up in a world where they spoke fine, and all of a sudden like she grew up to speak that way.
So she was a kid. She was normal. Then when she went to Santa Cruz and went to the mirrors, Mirror Girl choked her out, grabbed her, cuffed her to the bed in the ground.
She
Yeah,
She
but
was the only one of those.
She crushed her windpipe. So she crushed her like what,
So you talking about 11-year-old was able to crush another girl's
11 year
windpipe?
old. You never seen kids fight?
Doppelganger. Evil one,
no, I
stronger.
never-
Evil kids.
But supposedly because she could talk and she had her own free will, that's how she kind of led this so-called rebellion. Now, obviously, I don't know where the fuck they got 7 million fucking pairs of scissors from, and they all got the red
clothing
Michael
and-
Jackson glove and blah blah blah.
And how the fuck they get up the escalator?
and why all of a
Escalators
sudden
go
they just
up and
came out
down.
then, like I didn't get that, and like a lot of it I had a lot of questions about, and like why now, why did they all of a sudden come up above ground, and if she knew that she was one of the underground people,
And how
why
they
is she
affect
even going
electricity.
back up so many questions that were completely unanswered, and that's why I had to watch a lot of YouTube videos to be like, am I missing something? And there was some stuff that was explained that okay, yeah, I guess that maybe makes sense, I didn't understand that, but maybe it's just a little bit too deep for me to understand.
What you just said is that's a problem if you're making a movie. In some movies, it's okay to have some questions, but if they're like major plot points, I think that's a major flaw in a movie. Like,
Yeah, I don't think they were. Well, no, I think what they're talking about with Stitch's problem, I think he had theater issues, because where I was able to hear everything that she said, so I didn't get to miss. However, when Blue's talking about, I feel like they're just somewhat minor details, not major plot points.
So give your take. Give your take on, since, like, in terms of why she was, what was going on, what was the main plot about why these people were underground, mirroring people above ground.
So, as far as those points,
I don't know.
no, because you said you were researching this,
And,
yeah?
and they're controlled by the government.
It does
Forget
not.
about that part.
They don't say government. They just say some kind of
Some
agency, some project, which could have been anybody.
Yeah. I understand cloning bunnies and we got cloned sheep or whatever.
We've cloned sheep. We
Yeah.
should clone dogs.
Cloning the entire fucking Santa Cruz County.
But how?
Why?
Well, or more.
How can you do the whole fucking world though? Like,
Okay,
it
hold
doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Sorry, let me jump in.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yes, there are some plot holes. There just are. These are still humans that can be hurt. There should have been some like shooting. You know, I don't think there's any shooting in this entire.
Gotta
Not
be
that
done.
we see because
Everybody just being stabbed.
It's Santa Cruz,
Yeah.
Yeah,
California.
there ain't no way that the world's gonna be taken over by motherfuckers in scissors and jumpsuits. But
there's no guns in California.
well, yeah,
They're
exactly.
using
Actually,
golf
there's a
clubs
bunch.
and shit.
But I can suspend some of my disbelief. But I when I thought about it days later, in terms of there should have been some more shooting. I can understand from a horror movie standpoint. yes, I always want to see more blood in my horror, and I always want to see more nudity in my horror. But this had elements of horror, some more heavily on the suspense side. And
How though? Like I did not get that.
the
sense
suspense
at
was
all.
what's going to happen next. Is his family going to be safe?
And so
Yeah.
Whether it was effective or not, we can debate. But that was the suspense.
So why do the tethered? Do they obviously they don't only want to kill their tethered partner.
Because of old girl, I think that they want to kill any of the ones on the other side.
But
Yeah.
then why, when they're lined up in their fucking hands across formation thing, they're cool with the OG family?
I think because at
OG
that
family.
point, old original Spartacus girl of Lupita had been killed.
Well, even when the kid walks up to
Oh, you're right.
the
That was
dude at the
earlier,
beach or whatever,
Yeah.
he's just
No.
standing there, and he's fine. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
Wait.
So do they only want to kill their mirrored partners?
That
or
was
do they
not
only
explained.
want
It was not explained
Okay.
explicitly. There's a whole bunch of random ass theories online.
There are a bunch of
You
theories.
know, and
But then, like,
but
with
there's-
the,
but
with like the
there
white
are-
family, like, why did they want to kill the black family if they were only meant to kill?
That's why-
their
that's why I was
doppelganger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
It's because they're black.
Or they interrupted something that they were doing.
No.
So I mean that's a possibility.
And how did they
but-
find their doppelganger?
Well,
like,
they said that they were
think like
planning.
us,
I mean, they
plan.
she
Why?
had
What's the
20,
purpose?
30
Why
years.
is it? It's not their fault.
Yeah.
Why
I
not? Why do
mean,
they go after the
they
creators of
had
this
a
fucking
leader. This
experiment?
is basically if you when you watch the very beginning of the film, there's actually clues on what this film is kind of based off of. So when you watch, there's the movie Chud, which is basically about.
Wait. Is that in this movie?
Yes, it's in the very beginning when she's watching the Hands Across America. It's in the very first 5 minutes
on
of the
the TV
fucking.
in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So when
Go
she's
ahead.
back in the 80s, she's watching the movie Chud, which is basically about interdweller like creatures that come to the surface and basically start killing people, and about how they had to repel them. There's
Yeah.
also the movie Goonies, which is set in a beach town where this is set in Santa Cruz, which is also a beach town. Then we have the Hands Across America, which is a weird like kind of
doing too
subplot.
much.
There's some like explanation that I'm not exactly happy with, but I'm like, I guess because there's one about how when she was really young, she was influenced by Hands Across America, how she felt that
We don't-
if they were joined, that they would help
See-
America, and that was her belief as a child. She instilled that to
See,
her
that's where I have a
people.
problem
that's not the problem I had
Because
too.
she,
Because
yeah, it doesn't explain that.
I
Yeah,
know.
we do is see
I
a
know.
girl
I
just
said
looking
it's
at a
one
TV
theory.
screen like a random ass fucking
I
8-year-old.
feel
just
but
looking at a
it's
TV
like
screen.
where the fuck they get the shirts for it too? Because like the little girl, she wasn't wearing a Hand Across America shirt. She was wearing a fucking Thriller shirt. Like how the fuck did the people on the ground get the Hand Across America shirt?
I
And
feel
that
like- I
became
didn't
like
s-
their Bible.
I didn't
Hold
see
on.
the shirt.
I
They were
feel like
watching.
Yeah, they were, like,
just did,
worshiping it.
He literally did a Black Dynamite explanation where they were just like, remember the explanations that he would do in the movie where he's trying to like break down like certain shit and he like this long explanation, this is that and that is this and this is that.
The whole
And-
Little Richard thing.
Yeah, but nothing like really fucking made
Adds up.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, the one theory that people talked about is how the tethered were an oppressed people. There were people that were put down and oppressed, and there was someone who
But
was from the surface who
How
came
are they
down.
Fucking tethered
Can't
though,
see.
like
It's
That's my
tethered.
problem.
It's not. They're not tethered physically. They're
But
teth-
they did the
No, they
same
are
of that. They
physically.
did the
It's
same
when-
of fucking
when one
exact
moves,
same
the other
thing.
moves.
Like
Yeah.
Oh.
when the people on the fucking roller coaster, there's like people on the hallway like like
well, she
jumping around.
talks
It's
about
like, shit
them
doesn't make
having
any
like
sense.
they're like two halves of one
See,
soul at one
See,
point.
that's why you're mixing pure science with
horror.
no science with like
Logic.
sociological issues in terms of like, oh, people are oppressed in this country, which yes, we
Oh, me.
understand that, but saying that a scientific clone of somebody is oppressed, that's where you lose me on that, and you're supposed to, oh, I'm supposed to think that the people above ground are white people and the people above ground are black people, even though that in the movie they're just scientific clones like bunnies, and that, but it's like black and white, like because I'm black and they're white and they have all the good stuff above. I'm like, no, that doesn't make fucking sense.
Yes,
Like you're doing
exactly.
too much. Like you're
But
trying.
you saw that theory though, right?
I
Like-
saw it, but it doesn't make sense, and I don't subscribe to it at all.
Yeah, it like, and then like, you know, okay, homegirl, she's young as a kid, and you get to learn about the tethered people, but then she randomly ends up with like the same family. Like she ends up meeting with the same guy, having the same kids, and they all look the fucking same. Like that shit just like It just doesn't fucking work.
She said everything the girl above did, she had to do.
Well, no, because the girl above, she met her Prince Charming, but the other chick said she met she met a fucking demon, and she had a demon child, and she met a kid who like loved fire, but the kid upside down was like, it just.
We have no idea why the fuck, whenever she got uncuffed from the bed or whatever.
How
the
would
fuck
she get
happened,
out from bed?
Why didn't she just go up the fucking escalator and just be like, I'm out?
Yeah, right. Like,
what was her purpose to lead this fucking revolution with these fucking droid bots that are below ground?
Who can't like survive bullets, or a baseball bat, or a crowbar, like
or a boat engine.
I'm tired of eating these bunnies. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just go up this big ass escalator back up to the fucking beach, and just be like, you know what? Fuck it. Hey, I'm back. Whatever.
Like, why don't they have free will? I mean, people above have free will. Like, why can't they?
Free will.
But does anybody though?
Hey, shit.
Are we all just fucking part of some giant fucking conspiracy?
I like the debate though, because there are some unanswered stuff. You're absolutely right about that. I will challenge on one thing. I like the performances of the actors quite a bit. Like Lupita,
I love her role.
Both roles did well. I thought they kind of downplayed. Like M'Baku's a big dude, and like he should have done some ass beating.
He's got a range of talent. I like him because
he was funny.
He was
like,
real funny.
Yeah,
and like I'm used to seeing him just like a big ass kicker, and he was like soft dad built like.
Yeah.
I like how he did the whole like like I'm a big black guy, so you're naturally gonna be scared of me type of deal. Where it's like, yeah, he went out there. Do we have a problem? Oh shit! What the fuck? Yeah.
That's why you learn how to fight.
Yeah.
But he should have gotten some ass kicking scene. I would have liked that. But I like the kids' performances too. I thought they did a great job.
I couldn't stand.
He was up on the leaderboard. I thought that was funny. Where he's like, I killed 2.
Yeah.
I like the upside down, the tether kids. Those were like the fire kid and the track girl. That they were pretty good because they didn't speak at all. Okay. But the kids who spoke, it's like, oh, I got locked in the closet again. Shut the fuck up, you little bitch.
The daughter was my favorite.
Did you see R. Kelly there?
Trapped
in the closet.
Yeah, the other thing too is going back to Santa Cruz when you know some traumatic shit happened in your childhood in Santa Cruz is weird as fuck. I don't care who's trying to propose it.
I think that kind of took me out of it too.
In Santa Cruz actually, when I was a kid, I almost drowned.
Okay.
That's why I learned how to swim.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not affecting you to this day, right?
Well, no, I learned how to swim.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I was gonna say, like, I think that's one of the problems too. Like, seeing movies that are in this area, it kind of pulls me out of it as well. Cause like with Venom, for example, like it was based in San Francisco, and I'm like watching it, like, yo, this shit isn't how it works out here. Like, this isn't like it. Like, I know how reality is in that area. And with Venom, it was like, okay, San Francisco, there's no way you're gonna be fucking driving up the streets that way. Yeah. There's no fucking building on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge.
I didn't mind it though.
But then like with us. Like that boardwalk part, like the part that's on the beach, that's just not really fucking there.
So hold on, think about Venom. Remember the whole movie right now.
Okay,
hold on, just stay with me for 1 second. All right, so the only thing that they showed you that is in San Francisco was landmarks. It was like basically the Golden Gate Bridge and maybe 2 other things, and that was it. Well, I can almost guarantee you that most of the movie wasn't even fucking filmed in San Francisco.
It's probably filmed in Canada.
With San Francisco is different than like Santa Cruz, because I don't recall a movie ever seeing it like in Santa Cruz, and like a lot of people just think it's like a
Lost Boys,
beach thing. But then when they're like, when she's like
Maverick
in their little mountain thing, they're like, yeah, we can't get police there for another 15. I'm like, that's realistic because Santa Cruz got some mountains and some windy ass fucking roads with no fucking service.
Well, to the north, yeah, but I mean, Jesus Christ, to the south, it's not that bad, and there's still services there. Don't pretend like there's no services in Santa Cruz.
Well, no, he's talking about in the mountain, because when they're in trouble, they try to call while they're in the mountains.
Yeah, in their little house, they rented like a little Airbnb in the mountains of Santa Cruz.
Well, it wasn't like
a
her mom's house.
Yeah. So I was like,
remote.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, San Francisco is different, where obviously they do a lot of unrealistic shit there. But I was like, oh, Santa Cruz. So this is interesting.
Blue gave it a 3-something.
I gave it a 3.
Yeah, 3.
Not 3-something, 3.
Shit, fuck. No extra fucking points on there. What did you guys give it?
Wow.
Like, I think Lost Boys is scarier than this movie.
I'm gonna give it a 7-8. Fine.
Ooh, 7-8.
I ain't giving it a shit because I ain't watched it.
What you giving?
Stitch, what you giving it?
6.7.
6.7. Okay.
That's high. I'm giving it.
This is not high praise. This is surprising.
I'm gonna say 7.5.
Not high praise. All right.
Sevens or?
I think right now it's sitting at like a 7.7 on Rotten Tomato.
Okay.
By the
I
users,
thought it was.
right?
I thought it was like super fresh or whatever the fuck.
I think by the critics.
Wait, what
Yeah,
was
the critics gave it a higher score
What-
than.
I mean,
Because
there's a
they're
lot.
reading
There's a
into
lot.
it and just
There's a lot to
plugging in their own
unpack.
narratives.
It's because there's all that symbolism with the 11/11 and all that
so-called
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
People-
what were you? Did you say 6.6 or a 6?
Yeah. So right now on Rotten Tomato, the critics give it a 95%,
6.3.
and
I give it a
audience is
6.3.
giving it 72%.
6.3?
6.3 is
Yeah. All right, we're moving on. Talk
Wait,
about that shit.
Prodigy, what'd you give it?
Oh,
Oh, you
just said
7.8?
it. The fuck?
I didn't
Go
put
ahead,
I didn't record the numbers. That's
Oh,
why.
okay.
Go ahead.
So I watched Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Okay.
Even though it was like I guess a week late because I got a toddler.
That's like
so,
a-
you know what? Fuck
like
you.
A month one, yeah.
I watched it too, man.
Is it a month? I don't fucking know.
No, it didn't come out like 2 weeks ago.
Came out on the
weeks
8th.
It's like 2 weeks ago.
It's like 2 weeks.
Was it really?
On the 8th, isn't it?
It
Anyway.
don't matter. Don't matter. Go ahead.
I would give you my unbiased opinion of the movie. All right. 'Cause-
Now, piggyback off you.
Yeah, because I didn't go in with any real expectations. I know that Captain Marvel in the comics is not in the best standing right now, and that's a fact. Anybody that tries to argue that, you don't read comics. All right, but I came in thinking that, okay, this could be a decent movie. I said on the podcast before, it could have the, the Guardians of the Galaxy effect,
yeah.
which, I mean, in the box office, it did rather well for the first 2-3 weeks. It did well. But, I watched the movie, and the movie, it wasn't that great. I mean, I got to be honest with you. It was kind of, to me, it was kind of meh, especially as a comic reader. They left out one of her biggest skill sets, which was the energy absorption and redirection, and they totally left that out. And I think without that particular skill, I don't see how the fuck they're trying to say that this person is supposed to defeat Thanos. Like, there's literally, in the form that she's in this movie, it's literally impossible for her to beat Thanos.
Fully powered up.
Even at the end when she went Super fucking Saiyan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even then, because she doesn't know how to control it.
Yeah,
So-
there's no way that that version of Carol Danvers comes into gets to the future and defeats Thanos. It's impossible. Even if you can go online right now and look at the Marvel numbers of like the power set numbers, and look at Thanos with no Infinity Gauntlet, and then look at Carol Danvers, and you'll see why she would lose 100% of the time.
But Punisher taking out Thanos, though.
Well, actually, they adjusted that.
Yeah.
They
Oh, really?
adjusted- yeah, they adjusted it. They finally
Finally.
did. Years
On the
later.
Marvel site.
Yeah, they adjusted it because he has ridiculous numbers.
OP.
Yeah, he was super OP. I think Captain Marvel has like 6s and maybe 1 7 in her power set, and Thanos has like mostly 9s. So without the Infinity Gauntlet, so that's nonsense. However, I think what non-comic fans don't realize is that in the movie they introduced to you a character that has the possibility to really beat Thanos, and it is not Captain Marvel. It is actually
cat?
No, it's not the cat either. It's the daughter of
Rambo.
Yeah, I think it's Mary, not Mary.
Marie? Is
Monica?
it Marie Rambo?
I think it's
Oh, yes,
Monica.
it is Monica
Yeah,
Rambo.
the daughter.
Mhm.
The daughter is Spectrum.
Mm.
So she has a possibility of like giving him a run for his money in certain aspects. But with the Infinity Gauntlet, I mean, it's gonna be broken in the next movie, but on like just as like him without the gauntlet against her, she would do some sort of damage. But as far as like Carol Danvers goes, especially without being binary, there's no fucking shot. The movie as a whole, her performance was okay, I guess. I think,
Talking about Brie.
yeah, Brie Larson's performance was just, it was okay.
Dude, I really hated the way she ran. Like when she ran, it was weird. Like she didn't
Oh, I
like
didn't notice.
she wasn't running with like power. She like kind of run flimsily. Like she ran like somebody who never ran before, which was
Like Ezra?
What the fuck?
Hmm.
He's talking about, Ezra Miller.
No, it was really weird how she fucking ran. But then like her acting, I mean her acting was good, but like some of the special effects was just like kind of cheesy for me. Like for example, when she would put on her helmet and her hair will come out of her helmet. If you're in space, like any little micro hole you have in your suit, you're gonna lose like decompression or whatever. But then the same thing with like underwater, like you're gonna have like leakage and stuff. And that whole helmet hair thingy just completely took me away from that fucking movie.
It's in the comics.
Yeah, it's
It is, but it just didn't make any fucking sense.
But she's a cosmic being. She actually doesn't even really need the face thing. I think if they
Yeah,
took
and I
that
think
face
toward the
thing
end she
off-
doesn't need it. Yeah, she doesn't
Well,
have it all.
Yeah, she doesn't need that thing on. So
And she's like encased in like some aura anyway. So
yeah, but I mean, the movie. I mean, it's not even up there. And that's like the top 5 movies from Marvel for me. It really wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it definitely was not fucking great. You know, especially the thing about Nick Fury, that was damn near offensive. Like,
Yeah.
the blood scar.
I think.
Yeah.
I was like, what the from a fucking. I don't give a fuck if it was a Florkin or whatever the fuck. A scratch from a cat should not be the way that Nick Fury loses his fucking eye. That is bullshit. I'm like, they should have written that way fucking better. That was like an afterthought.
But then, like, also, like, the whole kind of comedic thing they try to do with Nick Fury was kind of lame as well. Cause
see, I spoke on
he
that.
has like he's like a fucking super secret spy and shit like that, doing badass shit. But here he is, like, I mean, in the trailer they show him petting the cat, but like him, like, you know, like sneaking around and like doing this shit. Like, it was almost annoying to see him doing that shit.
So, like I spoke on it, a lot of people were commenting on that, but if you see when he checks into S.H.I.E.L.D., he doesn't refer to her in a loving manner. He reports in, and he doesn't say his friend or Carol, or he calls her the target. So he's still doing his spy shit, like I said, when I reviewed it a couple weeks back, that he was doing his shit. He was building rapport because he knows she has powers. You're not going to piss off someone that has powers that could probably melt your face off.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He was.
He got her. He did what spies do, just like James Bonds do. You basically, the only thing he didn't do was fuck her. He basically wooed her, got her to be on his side, and got information from her, and then reported that back in. And a lot of people were like, "Why is he buddy with her?" If you are with someone who fucking fell from the sky, blew through a blockbuster, and blows up a fucking jukebox right in front of you, are you going to be friendly with them or not?
He was that same way when he was like inside of like the little underground base thingy. Like, he wasn't doing
With her?
Like, yeah, but she wasn't nowhere near when he was like in the library and stuff like that. He's like hiding, like running around and shit like that. He wasn't doing little cool.
Dude, he
like,
had a
spy
whole,
shit.
He had a whole tag team coming after him. Like, what did you expect?
Badass spy shit like he does in the fucking comics.
I mean, he is
Like
outnumbered.
him fucking hiding in the fucking ceilings and shit, dropping down and knocking motherfuckers out.
Nick Fury is some ultimate badass, I will say.
Yeah.
He's supposed to.
Especially for like a normal human.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just I think a lot of people that there are two basic kinds of people that like this movie. One, it was people that wanted to really see and enjoy a movie with a female comic lead, and that's just the way it is. Second, are people that are around my age that grew up in the 90s that have a lot of nostalgia.
There you go.
There was the soundtrack was good. You know, the
Can I ask a real quick
Go
question? Would you put a third, maybe on the lower tier, people who just wanted to see something leading into Avengers Endgame?
Oh, for sure. But I think it still wouldn't have got that many views, I guess. But I mean, because it doesn't really lead into Endgame at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's too far back. There's
I'm saying, like, if before watching it, because it's so close to, in terms of timing with Endgame, it being in March and then Endgame being in April.
Sort of, but I mean, it wouldn't have. People obviously would have had to repeat watch it, especially on the same weekend, to get those kind of numbers. And this obviously does not lead well into Endgame. Okay. It's just it leads into them still being 20 plus years before the events of Endgame.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't really answer any questions. The only question that answers is, who did Nick Fury, send a fucking pager code to at the end of the last Avengers?
Infinity War, yeah.
Which it answered that question, but it doesn't progress the story of that at all. Just this is a new character. This is what she can do. But if somebody thinks that, if you watch that movie and think that in any fucking way, shape, or form that character can beat Thanos, you are fucking super high. Even when you just look at just the movies alone, you're beyond high. I mean, literally, this guy is like snapping his fingers, killing everybody. Yeah, going up his ass and
expanding his ass.
Yeah, it's so fucking silly.
Well, one thing I did like about the movie is Like I don't know like the whole relationship between like the Creed and the Skrulls.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that you thought that one character was a villain turned out that they were just pretty much fucking refugees trying to find a safe place was kind of interesting.
That was interesting, and I like that because in the comics, both the Kree and the Skrulls they're bad guys.
Yeah,
Both of
I
them
was
are.
confused about that part. I was like,
Yeah.
why aren't they bad guys? Like
Like,
what the fuck?
I'm hoping to see Gladiator in one of these movies because he's fucking badass. So, and it actually, you might see him in Dark Phoenix. Maybe.
Ooh, okay.
Well, actually, no. Can't because it's the wrong rights.
Yeah.
But you should have seen some kind of Kree in the Dark Phoenix movie. But they're not going to do that because they didn't have the rights. Which is a fucking shame because Gladiator was badass. Remember when, this is a classic from when we were kids watching X-Men movies. When the Gladiator first came on the scene and Juggernaut was wrecking shop. And he literally just picked up Juggernaut and just threw him into fucking space. He was nothing.
Yep.
Like he was nothing. Yeah.
Like a football.
With the mohawk, because that's a crazy thing.
Yeah. Purple dude with a mohawk.
Anyway, we can move on now.
But yeah,
wait.
for Captain Marvel, I give Captain Marvel probably like a 5.5.
Damn.
God damn, we got the low scores today.
Yeah, man.
Blue
Dude, I had a bad weekend for movies. Like,
Blue
like
Alpha Blood.
yeah, every movie like Us was bad. Captain Marvel was decent. I'm like shit, but I did watch Aquaman last night. And
Oh,
I
you
thought
hadn't
that
seen
was
it?
pretty good. Yeah,
First time?
yeah, first time seeing it because it came out on Blu-ray like on Tuesday.
It came out
yesterday. Yeah, so I saw it on sources that should not be named.
Kronos, what are you giving Captain Marvel?
I give it a 6.5.
Okay.
It was just okay. I mean, like, the nostalgia doesn't do much for me when
No.
the main character was not interesting.
Damn.
Like like anybody that watched, every time I see any sort of praise for this movie, it has nothing to do with the main character.
You
It
brought
has-
that point up.
Yeah,
before.
it's all about how well Samuel L. Jackson did, how
young
good it
he
was,
looked.
how it was a throwback, all this other shit. But nobody talks about how good Brie Larson did in this performance. When we watched, Wonder Woman, before it came out, we talked a lot of shit about that movie. All right.
Yeah.
But when we watched that movie, we all said, the performance that, what's her fucking name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot did, like, her performance was great because first thing we said was she isn't the physical build for Wonder Woman. But after we watched the movie, we're like, it was believable. She did a great job with that role, and most people generally agreed that she did a really good job with Wonder Woman. Nobody is sitting here saying the same sorts of things with Captain Marvel. No one is.
Like I know with Wonder Woman, like everybody, the most epic scene is the part where she's like, "Hold my coat," and she goes into no man land and fucking like wreck shit. But with Captain Marvel, I don't like nothing really stood out. I mean, like the point where she like breaks the chip and she like goes full Saiyan and shit like that. Like that was cool, but it still was kind of lame. Like she would use her powers, then she would just kind of smirk and like, hey, I'm powerful, and then she use her powers again, and she'll smirk like, oh yeah, I'm super powerful.
Yeah, I guess more to the point, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to compare Wonder Woman to Captain Marvel for obvious reasons.
Yep.
But in Wonder Woman, you really got the sense, no matter what gender, ethnicity, whatever the fuck you were, you got the sense in that movie that Wonder Woman was inspiring people to do better.
Oh hell yeah.
In Captain Marvel, you didn't get that sense at all, like at all. So, I think that's a major problem. Like, I thought that in Wonder Woman, which they should have been similar types of stories. You know what I mean? Because sort of similar. Because she's not Wonder Woman is not she's not human.
Yeah.
Technically, neither is Captain Marvel now. Even though Wonder Woman didn't lose her memories, but she's still into this new world. And when Captain Marvel came to Earth, to her it was a new world because she lost her memories. So there were sort of similar stories, but I didn't get the same sort of uplifting feel of watching Captain Marvel and of her being like a real leader or a hero or, doing things for real altruistic reasons in that movie that I did when I watched Wonder Woman. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that.
Quick question, and especially for you, Kronos. Did you appreciate, or what was your take on the Air Force side of this? Because that's a big part of her background, right?
It was
military.
It was a footnote in the movie, really. Which I mean, the way they wrote it, I mean, it kind of had to be.
Okay.
because she had to lose her memories and all that. But you know, I was a Marine, so you know, fuck the Air Force.
God damn it!
But then like the whole Air Force part 2 was just the fact that she was a girl, she couldn't be a pilot, so they didn't really touch too much on Air Force stuff.
Damn.
I'd throw it in.
I knew he was
coming.
gonna do it. I knew it was coming.
You
That
threw
was
it
coming.
alley-oop.
Yeah.
It's like the Wade and LeBron Miami moment.
Yeah, fuck you and your dorms instead of having barracks. Fuck you and your fucking orientation instead of boot camp.
Oh,
fuck
my
you
God.
and fuck you and all your budget instead of being broke. I'm just saying, Air Force.
Jesus
That reminded me. So, to sort of twist it slightly, why is Wonder Woman 84 not going to be a sequel?
So it's a good point. I know Patty Jenkins is doing the directing. I really think that they're not going in that route just because they want to have Chris Pine back. You know, and
But it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
dead.
But there's no trailer. We don't know any plot elements. All we know is they're saying it isn't a sequel, and
But
it is
numbers
weird.
are numbers and years are years.
It says
Yeah.
80,
what happened in
but it says 84. We all assume 84 is a
84,
year. I thought.
I thought it was
Well,
literally
yeah.
1984.
That's what I thought too.
If you look
I
at
don't
the
know.
set pics, they're wearing like that
look-
fucking
the
Miami
neon and
Vice
shit,
fucking
yeah.
shit.
I hear you.
So unless
Is it 84-bit?
They're like, it's,
84K or
1980
some shit?
defend your girl
1984.
gal.
it's after the first movie, but it's not a sequel.
Yeah. Look, I don't know what Patty's got in store for us. All I know is I want to see it. I want to see a trailer.
Hold on, this is
Gal can count.
so
now.
no. This is like you're having you already had a kid, right? You have your firstborn, and then you get your girl pregnant, and you're like, but that's my first kid.
Ah, damn it.
No, it's like you get your side chick pregnant.
Oh. Damn.
And
It's
y'all
not
gonna
a
be running-
sequel.
Yeah, it's not.
You ain't got an older brother.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be
It's a
running them
cousin.
strip clubs, huh?
Actually,
All
I
right.
guess if you're inbred, it could work like that, right?
Oh,
That's your
damn.
cousin brother, your sister brother, or your
Holy
brother
fucking
cousin,
shit.
whatever they say. Can you open this fucking box?
Oh,
Yeah.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna save it till like after the cast offer.
I know what's in it now. but-
Yeah, the thing that's in it is we got some great brand new business cards, which is a great segue. Someone can open it up, but which is a great segue. Your boys are gonna be at Fanime.
Oh, we are?
Here. Yes, we are.
Oh, sweet.
And we got a motherfucking panel.
I get so mad. Like, I had one of my instructors do like the whole what in the box thing, and I was so mad I was the only one that
shit.
like understood what the fuck he was saying.
Oh,
And
from
I was just
7?
like, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those things. Just like nobody else around me has any idea. What
Yeah,
the
a lot
fuck's
of people
going
have never seen Seven.
It's an old movie. It's a '90s movie now. You know?
So wait,
on.
are,
I'm dealing with people that were like born after like 9/11.
There's so much
That's
of
fucking
this.
crazy in itself as well.
are they? Are they? What's the name? Do they have our names on them now, or is
No,
it just
they don't,
the
they don't have the
cast?
names. They're just cast ones.
Oh man, what the?
But yeah, so we will. Fanime is going to be Memorial Day weekend, San Jose. We got a panel. More details to come, but it's looking like it's going to be a nighttime panel all about anime villains. So it's going to be fucking lit. Look for that coming up very, 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 very soon in a couple months. Let's get into some more movie stuff. Taskmaster.
Oh, you see? Why do you pick these hills to like? Once you die, you need to just like,
Well,
all
set
right,
it up.
I
Set
need to
it up.
recompose
what
myself.
Did I do? What did I
What
do?
do you mean,
I
what
didn't
did
do
you
anything.
You were dead.
All I did was mention
like,
something.
was
see, I can't
Taskmaster.
even get
Here we
all,
go.
all
Here we
religious
go.
or whatever. But you died, and then 7 days later, you came back, and now you're here.
Can't kill a good troll.
Yes, you can. I mean, you know what?
You
I
were,
mean,
you were dead like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
They poured holy water on your ashes. They
Look,
buried you, set you on
I
fire.
filed sexual assault charges. I went Me Too, Terry Crews on Carol Danvers.
Man.
She didn't have to rape me like that.
Bruh.
But it don't matter.
You
Bruh,
are,
you
and
were holding-
I will say, and I'm putting it on wax right now. I'm going to nominate you for Rotten Eggplant for worst take of the year. You are going to get. I'm going to campaign like some Hillary Clinton shit,
Oh.
like Bernie Sanders. And I'll make
Oh.
sure you get that rotten ass eggplant for your fucking the big ass L that you took. You're gonna have some trophy.
There's no way in hell the internet would give me a rotten eggplant award for my hot takes.
You're
Yeah,
gonna be
hold
That
that
won't happen.
You are
Hold
going to
on.
go against R. Kelly, and you're going to lose, and they're going to
it's all
say,
bad.
no, Prodigy fucking was wrong.
God damn
damn
it.
Prodigy, you held so many L's, you almost reached the Earth's core.
Oh. I'm trying to give the people new information. We're done with that Carol shit.
Yeah,
we
no,
on the
you
new
know,
shit.
you was talking fucking flame for 2 fucking years. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
I'm
a
gonna do my
commercial.
I
Shannon
will
Sharp.
say, okay. Here's the thing. I already admitted that the box office has done very well and very successful.
For the first 6 weeks.
I mean, but it
Hold
already
on.
collected. It collected
The movie came out on the 8th.
it's
Now,
collected in a
I'm
lot.
betting that you wrote in the notes that this dropped 55% after it's been
I didn't
out.
write this.
I did. I wrote that on there.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
been
write
out
that
for a
shit.
month.
Yeah, it's
That's natural progression right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's the lowest of all the other Marvel movies.
How do you
The
wait?
fuck?
What are you
It
talking?
made fucking
Hold on, wait.
ABS.
I need you to clarify. What do you
These
mean?
are his words. They ain't my words.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I'm- this is-
lowest
You
drop.
selling? You got PTSD over here. No, I don't want to fight it. Leave me alone, Carol. No.
Hold on. Clarify.
I'm a sexual assault survivor. Leave me alone. I'm still farting cosmic green cum.
Oh, damn. So blue. Clarify. You talking about this the lowest or highest drop in a month's time?
Oh God.
From what they had on
What had happened?
on Rotten Tomatoes, they had it listed as a 55% drop as of March 10th.
If everybody sees it in
So
the
that's
first
like-
2 weekends, and nobody can see it
Yeah,
in the
nobody.
third.
I mean, for a movie that's over 900 million
It's
worldwide,
a successful movie. There's no doubt
I don't
about
see
it.
that. And most movies
So
drop
wait,
off.
so look, check it out. Captain Marvel box office dropped just 55% in its second weekend.
Second weekend?
Second weekend.
But
Yeah,
it had a historic
It
opening.
had
I
a
mean, it had a
historic-
historical opening, but it had a 50% drop compared to.
Everybody seen it.
Yeah, everybody didn't see it. I mean, the theater, the seats were selling out the first week that I tried to see it. Like the theater I went to was packed.
I don't think anybody. That's why I'm just like I
was
I
trying
only
to get
do an
on
opening weekend. No,
I was trying to get on another MCU movie.
Thor?
Y'all took the wheel.
Wait,
Go ahead.
so here on the comic
we
news,
go.
they have Thor dropped to 47% the second week. Iron Man dropped to 48.1%. Doctor Strange dropped 49.5%.
You talk about
The
Doctor Strange,
Ventures
couldn't even touch that.
dropped 50.3%. Thor Ragnarok dropped 53.5%. And Spider-Man Solo
I mean, it
Flick
seems on par.
dropped
Yeah,
62.2%.
that seems
on
roughly.
par.
I mean, it's 2% more.
Spider-Man Homecoming dropped 62.2%.
And Spider-Man
Okay.
Homecoming made millions, like
800.
almost a billion. It-
800 million.
Yeah.
yeah, and this made more than that.
But-
This movie is on track to make 1 billion.
As much as we
100
like to
million
debate
more.
stuff, it's not debatable
Yeah,
that this was
this
a
made
successful
100
movie.
million more than where Prodigy claimed it would never hit.
But Black Panther barely dropped anything from week to week. Actually, I think it went up the second week.
So before
Oh, no,
Prodigy
it
tried to
didn't go up, no,
block
second
this
week.
up, Black Panther had no competition until April when Ready Player One dropped.
Well, what did
I also mentioned that when I was like, I don't know.
Nothing came out.
What did
Nothing
Captain American have?
What?
I don't know.
What in the last 3 weeks?
Well, I
Captain-
remember Cronus
Captain
was looking
Marvel?
it up. Cronus was trying
Us
to figure out
just
what
came
movies
out.
are coming out
Yeah,
after
this week.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
couldn't be
that's
weren't
3
sure.
weeks though.
But it only-
well, I'm talking 2 months. No competition
been
for
a-
Black Panther
been a
versus Us, which was coming off of the highly successful Get Out
How much money
from
did
Jordan
you give
Peele.
him to be your
I know.
mouthpiece?
I didn't do shit. Look, we
No,
talked about this. This is the fourth.
this is
fourth week we talked about this.
This is stats I'm reading.
Fourth week.
I know
from
what you're reading.
online, so it isn't like I'm coming up with any. This is stats.
I know,
that are being
I understand
pulled.
that, but it's also facts that Black Panther had no real competition until Ready
Well,
Player One.
What did Captain Marvel have though?
It had Us 3 weeks later. That's
Okay,
it.
all right. Hold on. Time the fuck out. God damn.
Black Panther was straight good all fucking month long.
No
So,
competition.
okay,
as I'm gonna,
what is the conclusion of your thesis? What are you trying to present to us? Because it dropped off 55% after, 3 weeks? That it, what?
It just dropped off.
Okay.
He don't like.
funny.
He
All right.
don't like the movie.
In-
That's what
in
he's saying.
breaking news, movies will drop off after 3 weeks.
right.
Next topic. All right.
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Sticking with MCU, goddammit, real quick. So there was some there's 2 big tidbits. Number 1, for the Black Widow movie that I think is filming, they have Taskmaster is going to be the villain for it. Anybody have any takes on that? I will say this.
It's so hard to make.
What the fuck? I'm trying to get the news out to the people.
no, all I want to say
Ready
is,
to blow
as you
up?
saying this,
What?
I wish the people in the chat could see your
What did I
Twitter,
do?
your Twitter
What did I
about
do?
Black Panther versus you dishing this out right now. But keep going, keep
What did
rolling.
I didn't say shit.
His
Not
veins
yet.
are popping
I liked
through
Black
his
Panther.
neck. His pulses
You
rise
said
to
Black
about-
Widow.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
What
For
the
those
fuck?
of you that have just tuned into our podcast,
What the fuck is going on?
Prodigy, first of all, the baseline, the foundation of Prodigy is that he hates all women. And above that, he hates Scarlett Johansson.
Jesus
And then
Christ.
another next level of the pyramid is that he hates Black Widow, and she should not be allowed to appear on TV as well.
Holy
so
fuck.
this is a big caveat mousetrap where he's trying to set it up.
I didn't do shit.
We know how this movie ends.
God damn it.
So go ahead.
I
You know
can't,
how the
even,
story
I can't
is.
even tell what the news
Stop
is.
acting calm. Go ahead with your outrage.
You think you know me, goddammit. You don't know shit.
We all know you.
All I'm trying to say is Taskmaster has traditionally not been a Black Widow solo villain. That's just Marvel comic history fucking fact and whatnot.
Well, yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Even now to this day, I think I read somewhere online where people were trying to argue that, but I'm like, he's literally been in Spider-Man still to this day.
Yeah,
If you're the
Spider-Man,
comics.
Captain America, he's fought.
Yeah,
he's
Captain
fought a
America,
bunch.
yeah,
he's
a
fought
bunch.
almost.
Yeah.
He's fought tons of people in the Marvel Marvel universe.
We agree on this. Listen, if y'all are real Black Widow fans, name her Rogues Gallery.
Yeah,
Name it.
we'll wait. We'll wait.
White Widow.
It's
Yeah.
happening again.
The KKK.
But all I'm trying to say is, I'm not
No,
even
but
talking
you
about
name it then. Can you name it?
No, I'm just
nobody cares.
timestamp this date. This
All
is gonna
of-
be hilarious.
I haven't even
When
hated on
Black
the
Widow
movie.
Makes 800 million.
I
We need a
haven't.
white-
I haven't.
we need a whiteboard.
I have not said it's not going to be a successful movie. I've
you
learned some
learned.
lessons. I've learned some hard lessons. I ran my mouth way too much before. All I'm trying to say is, this
Fire is
villain.
hot.
Hold
This
the-
villain is out of nowhere.
Hold the fuck on. Stitch, how you talking shit when you were literally on the podcast wearing a fucking bikini because of Star Wars?
Metal
I-
bikini.
Talking shit
I did.
about poor choices.
I was nowhere near as loud
Oh.
as obnoxious.
You
as
were
this dude.
rewind.
No.
Yes, the
This
fuck you were.
dude, no, I was loud and obnoxious to a level. This dude, this dude right here on my right, superseded me.
America.
with Super Saiyan or whatever the fuck it is. I couldn't even look at my Twitter feed without you reposting that shit from Amazon, whatever the fuck her name
Wonder Girl?
was. Wonder Girl. That you were
Ooh,
just
yeah, your
all
queen.
Up. Yeah, you were flossing with her tampon
Stitch,
string and
this
shit.
is how publicly loud you were on this podcast live. You bet that it wouldn't make enough money, and you bet your what do you call it?
Manhood.
Your pride.
Yeah,
I said,
bet-
okay.
You put way more in line than he did.
I said
way
that,
more in line than
I
he
said
did.
it wouldn't make more than Jurassic World, and it beat it by what 30 or what was
It was way more than
someone
It made
More
$1
than-
Hundreds
billion
of millions of dollars
It made
more.
$1 billion
an opening
or
weekend it did
$2
make
billion.
100 of millions.
I thought it was lifetime.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Like I said, I only did what opening weekend. I thought it would make more. I took that loss. I did not say it wouldn't. What was your prediction?
Oh, he got all kinds.
What was his prediction for opening weekend? He said 80 million? No,
No,
Blue said
he
70
said-
million.
No, I said 60 million.
60 million.
Okay, we all, even you, were a little low. That's
No,
innocent enough.
But
right?
you went out and said this won't make more than Aquaman. This won't make more than like a whole
Wonder
list
Woman.
of movies.
But he also didn't. Actually, he did make a ridiculous bet.
Oh yeah,
did.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm still living with that, but
But-
I owned up to it.
You were in a bikini though.
That's fine.
But you lost. Did you? So your Twitter account. What's going on with that right now?
Yeah, so I have a Brie Larson like movie drinking soda as my avatar.
Oh, so
For now.
So whoever bet you is a nice person.
Oh yeah.
So far, he's reserved the right to change that and does not want to double down because he is a bastard and I hate his ass.
So you have control of your Twitter account right now, or no?
I do have control of the account. It's just the avatar. Yeah. So
Okay.
just to clarify.
So they were. So apparently we were assholes, Stitch. We made him wear the bikini.
yeah.
But who you made a bet with, you were lucky because I think the original bet was with Prodigy was he had to give up his Twitter account for a year.
Yeah, I thought that was it. I was confused on the details because it was so long ago. But
Yeah.
But someone came with receipts.
yeah. But
I
going
can't
back,
even look up to see who Black Widow villains are.
It's
Like,
a-
because there are none.
yeah, and I love Taskmaster. I think he's a great villain. I just have never associated him because of Marvel in comics and cartoons and whatnot with Black Widow, and that's my only 2 cents about it. There's no trailer out. There's no any other information. I want people to admit that this is brand new for the MCU, and this is how they chose to introduce Taskmaster.
Well, it's interesting. They're gonna have to make. they're going to have to stray from the comics with her for Taskmaster. So Taskmaster, if you're not familiar with the character, he's somebody that can see something and then basically repeat it.
Yeah,
100% of
memory.
the time. I don't see how somebody with no superpowers could possibly overcome that and no. I mean, technically, listen.
Is Taskmaster a DC villain too?
No,
No.
he's not.
No, there's a sports master in DC.
Oh, that's what it is.
They're kind of similar. There's a whole bunch of similar DC and Marvel characters.
Yeah.
But Captain America has, he's a superhero, but he's not OP.
Yep.
But he has way more, at least in the comics as it goes, he has way more combat strategy, combat skills, combat experience over Black Widow. And he happens to have the super soldier serum.
Of course.
And every other person that's usually beaten Taskmaster has had some sort of powers.
Yeah.
And I don't see how she could beat him.
And even with those powers, like against Spidey,
Yeah.
it's still a fight. It's a
yeah.
good fight too.
Oh, yeah.
Like we saw it in the PS4 game on that secret mission.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Those were some of the
Yeah,
best like boss battles with Taskmaster and
Dude,
Spidey.
he was probably one of the hardest villains in the game to
Yep.
beat, just because he would repeat your fucking combat moves.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with it. We'll see. There's no fucking trailer out. You can't even. I don't have anything to hate on.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You
anyway.
were hating on. You were the one who said she don't even deserve a movie. So
I mean, look, Marvel thought that she didn't deserve a movie. Remember, this chick has been in the MCU since what? 2011, 2010.
the original
20
Iron Man movie.
no,
Iron Man
she's in
2.
Iron Man
Iron Man
2.
2, okay,
But
yeah.
still, that's a long time.
Yeah.
But
Let's be
once they
real.
announced that they were going to do it, you shit on that, talking about she didn't deserve no movie. And you were afraid to double down now because of that ass whooping you got, or ass fucking you got.
Just wait.
And I looked up the numbers. I was wrong by 40 million for the difference between the bet that I made. You were wrong by 50 million in terms of Wonder Woman.
Not that bad.
So you took the bigger loss.
Oh, this motherfucker. All right, fuck. God damn. Everybody want to pile on.
It'll be interesting how, I guess, moviegoers, if the movie gets made, I don't think it'll get made at this point. Even though they say they announced it, they announce a whole bunch of shit that doesn't get made.
True.
Right? They really do.
I'll watch a Star movie before I watch a Black Panther movie.
Yeah, it's difficult to like really push.
Black Widow, guy.
It's,
Black
it's-
Widow.
it's difficult to push. It'd be like making if you want to hear my logic on this, it's like making a Hawkeye movie.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna watch a fucking Hawkeye movie. Nobody is.
Because I think one of the problems is that he's already been a supporting character.
Well, and they don't have superpowers in a fucking superhero movie.
Yeah.
That's the main point that people don't really seem to understand. They might try to say, "Oh, it's sexist. You don't think?" No, it's not. It's a Marvel movie about people with super fucking powers.
Saving the
And
world.
the two people that don't have superpowers in these movies are Hawkeye and Black Widow. And
I'll tell you what.
then-
Piggybacking, I would get on board, and I've said it from the very beginning. I loved what they did in a lot of ways with Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron. I wish they had teased her out into making her something bigger. I like Scarlet Witch, and she's always been associated with the Avengers and
They
doing
nerf her
doing
so
great
much,
stuff.
It aggravates me every time I see Scarlet Witch.
Really, you hate
'cause
her? Huh?
Well, no, how they've done her character.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, she normally does like the hexes and everything, which she was doing in Ultron.
Yep.
But completely, she doesn't
They
even
nerfed
fuck
her.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I said that. Yeah, they've completely.
And the fact that they kill off her brother, too, is...
Whatever.
Nobody gives a fuck about Quicksilver.
But, like, how the fuck you gonna get killed by bullets and you're faster than fucking...
Like he said, Angel
Everything.
got killed in a plane.
yeah, that's some silly ass shit.
We'll fucking see about this one.
That's like Superman getting killed by the sun.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, he does.
He
Yeah.
thought about it.
Was it in
damn
Superman,
it.
Superman All-Star, he dies because of the
I saw
sun.
I saw the thought enter it.
Shit, he really did. That's some bullshit.
I did not even realize Infinity War had the highest opening weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it. I thought it was like up there, but
I
it
killed
think
it.
Infinity War was probably the whole like MCU was probably the most audacious cinematic ongoing experience like ever even fucking considered.
Yeah.
Like think about the amount of movies that led to one singular event. Nobody else has done anything even close to that.
Yeah.
leading to this next one
Yeah.
as well, which is
It's gonna be
3
insane.
hours
$3 billion.
I'm
This
there
is going.
for it.
Oh, easily.
I'm there for it.
Here's my
I
quote.
got nowhere else to be.
Here's my quote. And I'm gonna get on my soapbox one last time before I get my ass beat. $3 billion is what I think this is going to
How much
make.
you betting, bro?
$1 billion?
What are you willing to give up? Twitter account, your child.
What?
A child?
How do we know we have a child? He has a child.
God,
How do we know?
Damn it! It's allegations. Allegations.
Allegations.
Who are you?
Yeah. No, and if someone puts out a good bet for me, I think that they're going to go for topping Avatar. I think Avatar's at 2.7 billion worldwide.
Ooh, that's kind of.
I think that's what they want. I think that's.
Of course, that's what everybody wants.
I think they're going to keep it in theaters long enough to make it happen.
I think
$3
Marvel.
billion.
I think
said it
Marvel.
first.
Marvel Disney is gonna do some shit with the theaters where this movie plays like
24 hours.
24/7. Yeah,
They did that with episode 1, but that's before Disney.
I'm gonna
bought
say
them.
this does 275 opening weekend. 275.
275.
Well,
Is that
yeah.
worldwide or domestic? I always
Domestic.
Okay.
I only deal with domestic opening weekend.
275?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think in 10 years we're gonna see a $3.5 billion movie,
Oh, of course.
and it's gonna be from Marvel and DC.
Ooh.
And I think I'm sorry, not Marvel and DC, Marvel and Disney. What I think they're gonna do is because they finally got everybody together. I think they're gonna, if they were smart, they would roll into either
X-Men
Avengers
movies.
versus X-Men
Yeah.
There you go.
or Secret Wars.
There you go. Either
And
one.
they can roll in a whole bunch of other characters because they're bringing Fantastic Four,
Yep.
bringing the X-Men, bringing everybody. And I think doing a whole other phase that would bring in it'd be the biggest selling movie of all time.
They got all those
That's a
Infinity Stones of their characters.
Yeah.
And like we have all of them back now. We got the X-Men. We got the Fantastic Four. Boom.
What?
And
what-
even in the comics, with the Infinity Stones, they spread across those Infinity Stones between like right now, Logan has one.
Yep.
Gamora has one. A whole bunch of other folks have one, and now they're actually leading into Logan getting all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
What's the name of the stones that the Manarch had on Earth?
the what?
Iron Man's villain. Didn't he have
Mandarin?
like ring?
Mandarin.
Yeah,
Oh,
didn't-
so
Mandarin.
those were
Those
different
are- yeah,
than
those are the
Infinity. Those are the
rings.
Makluan rings.
Yeah, but aren't those like superpowered too? Or
They're
they
like
are,
powered,
but they're not.
yeah.
They're not cosmic.
That's
stones.
why I hated Iron Man.
Yeah, they nerfed fucking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they
By, like,
made
a lot.
a lot. He went
they-
from
they-
I don't think
100
I
to
ever rewatched
0.
that movie. I
They
was
can
like,
they
I-
can probably save that character if they did it right. If they
If
like made
they-
Iron
I
Man
mean,
5 or some shit.
I guess
They
with
killed
their
him.
one shot, they could because apparently I haven't seen it, but they're saying that
The
his
prison
act
scene.
was like a double dupe or something.
Yeah.
Like he really was the Mandarin. I don't know. I haven't watched it, but they really fucked up the Mandarin and, in my opinion, the Extremist. However, I want to go jump back to this is kind of what Prodigy was talking about with this Taskmaster versus Black Widow thing. He says if it's an origin or even solo movie, then that's supposed to be her exclusive villain, referring to Taskmaster showing up.
Yeah,
in,
traditionally that is correct. I mean, in the Batmans, the Black Panthers, the Supermans, Spider-Man, we traditionally get an exclusive villain of the superhero in the origin movie.
Well,
I mean, that's-
we didn't get that with Loki.
Loki and Thor.
Loki was in Thor, but then he ends up fighting the Avengers.
Yeah, but for his solo movie, he was.
He's not his exclusive villain then.
But hold on, your logic is all fucked up. First of all, he was introduced in Thor.
Yeah.
And
That's
Thor's
what I'm
in the
saying.
Avengers. So what the fuck are you talking about?
But he's not Thor's exclusive. So,
When
Loki-
we see him, he is Thor's exclusive villain.
but then he splits off and fights everybody
no,
else.
don't do the thin. I'm talking about for his solo movie. That you get introduced to his exclusive villain. That's what I'm saying in his origin movie, right?
Yes,
and
he
that's
does.
what the direct one-to-one relationship between Thor, Loki, Black Widow, and now I guess Taskmaster.
But
You
then
know what I mean?
but then after that movie, he's not exclusive anymore.
Jesus Christ, you keep going to
That's-
after. I'm
Well,
talking
yeah,
about just the origin movie, man.
I don't.
This is what we usually get. This
I
is why
don't-
we had Green Goblin in the first
If
Spidey
it's
movie.
good, I don't care. I mean, we've talked about it. If it's written well,
Yeah, sure.
I'm fine with it. I think we've all sort of co-signed on that. I mean, if they write it well and if it's a good fucking story, however they put a twist on it, I'm not gonna fucking pound my fist on the table and be like, why the fuck isn't this person here? This is who their villain A is supposed to be.
You're
Or
right,
whatever.
because nobody knows Black Widow's villains. I will give them that pass.
because
Still
they
trying
don't
to find 'em out.
exist.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, we've all seen the formula. We can't deny that there isn't a formula of your superhero origin movie, your best known villain, exclusive villain to you.
It doesn't mean it's gonna be good. Like
well,
Captain America 1, the whole Red Skull thing did not do anything for me.
But that's his major villain. Though.
It is his major villain.
Yes.
But I thought Cap 2 was a much better story and was written a much better way.
Oh, Winter Soldier.
So now I'm gonna kind of fuck you up now.
Go ahead.
Prodigy. Is that in the first Iron Man, Obadiah Stane was not a major villain in any Iron Man story. He's a corporate villain. He's not a major villain. Like
That's a fair point.
When I think of Iron Man, I'm thinking of the Mandarin, Fin Fang Foom, something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not Obadiah Stane. Like
Fair point. I didn't know Iron Man well enough prior to, and I've freely admitted this before 2008 with Robert Downey Jr. to be able to say I think
What about Hulk?
Hulk had
a whole bunch.
Hulk had Leader. He had Abomination. I mean, you know, he's had his.
But I guess to be fair, when I talk about Iron Man, Obadiah Stane is still an exclusive Iron Man villain.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
As far as I know.
Yeah.
So.
To me, it would be like literally Green Goblin or Venom showing up in the first Thor movie. In a lot of ways, like that would seem odd.
Oh, we had Venom's fucking debut movie.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Not Spider-Man.
You're right.
And that was wrong.
Yeah, and we all
Still
talked
make
about
money
that being
though.
wrong.
But
We all
it
talked
worked.
about it.
I mean, I
It was
guess
successful.
You say it worked. I mean,
was successful.
Yeah, it was different. We were kind of like, I don't know how it's gonna work, but I mean, when we saw it on film, for the most part, we were okay with it.
Yeah, well, we will see. There's no fucking trailer out. There is a trailer, goddammit, for
Dora the Explorer.
We asked Dora the Explorer. This shit look like hot fucking garbage, bro.
No
Some
way, this
gym
shit looks
type
like
stuff.
fire. This
Oh,
looks like
here we go.
This is why
God.
Blue drove
This is-
all the way up here.
I drove way up here. I drove way the fuck up here just to talk about Dora the
Hey,
Explorer.
Youth Man, let's go. Come on. We'll watch this movie.
This shit looks bad, man.
This looks rough, man.
Yeah.
This looks. Actually, I mean,
mean-
it looks worse than Aladdin, and Aladdin looks rough to me.
Based off of the character, like the cartoon, I mean, I guess it looks alright considering the resource they're coming from. But like, yeah, this looks. I mean, there's a YouTube video out there called Dora the Explorer, and that shit looks fire because it looks badass. But this is Nickelodeon.
But they're marketing it too.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
this-
isn't this a kids
So
movie?
children. So that's what I was gonna lead into.
But is
This
she
is-
still around?
Yeah, this is a huge problem though. Is that certain things that we talk about, they are definitely not our demographic.
Sure.
Yeah, this is
Do
not.
any of us still watch Dora the Explorer?
I've never watched Dora the Explorer.
I've
So-
had to with my kids.
Yeah, I have as well, but still, it's not something that I would watch myself. So I think that this is a little bit out of our lane. I think kids might like it. I don't fucking know. You know, like, I think a SpongeBob movie I'd be more critical of because of like I used to watch SpongeBob
Well,
and enjoy it.
they had two movies for SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And
But I watched SpongeBob and I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
didn't enjoy watching Dora the Explorer, but like I said, I'm not the demographic for that movie.
Sure.
Actually, I watched the Disney Kim Possible movie that they came out with, and at first I kind of was roasting it, saying it was pretty bad, but I actually watched it and it was okay. It wasn't the greatest movie. It was better than Us, but
God
Damn.
it was okay.
Better than
Vicious.
us.
Vicious.
That shit ain't better than me. I'm just saying.
Oh damn!
That was a good job.
Isn't
Way
there
better than this podcast.
Isn't there like a Dora Explorer like short with Selena Gomez as Dora?
Yeah, it's the YouTube one I was
Is
talking
it-
about.
oh, that was a YouTube one.
I think she's. In
I thought that
one.
was on SNL. Was
Maybe.
it an SNL skit?
We
I
can
don't
look. We
know.
can look it up on the internet later.
But we have
goddammit.
Danny
Trejo.
Trejo.
plays the voice
that
of
does seem kind of cool.
Boots.
Yeah.
That does seem kind of cool. I will admit. Boots the monkey.
I couldn't watch the trailer because it was weird. Because it seemed like
I
the
saw that
Dora
jumping thing, I couldn't-
looked a
I was
little
like,
bit too old to me.
Yep, she's a
'cause I was like,
teenager.
yeah, it was weird.
Well, Dora, like, Nickelodeon did age her a little bit, so now it's Dora and Friends, where she's more of a teenager and she's less explorer-ish.
Why do you, without kids, have all of this information? Goddammit.
He's in a Mexican household.
I used to be a photographer, so I had to keep up to date with my references.
That's some real R. Kelly shit.
Yeah, that
right
is
there.
some R. Kelly shit. I know I say it.
I'm a singer. I sing to kids.
Yeah.
Conducting an
Just
investigation.
saying.
Allegedly. All right.
Do we want to talk a little bit about some gaming?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah, yeah.
before
I wanted-
we switch gears real quick.
No!
Since we were talking about the whole Marvel thing, you guys heard about the whole contest they're having, right?
What contest?
So they have
Oh,
a thing
yeah.
going out right now. Or at least the studios, if you watch all the Marvel movies in order, back to back to back, like was it binging all of them, you can get paid $1,000.
Okay.
All,
I don't buy it.
and it's like I think it's about 40 hours worth of fucking content.
I don't buy it. I don't think this is real.
Well, it's probably fake, but I saw people like putting the order you should watch Marvel movies in, and it's fucking dumb. Like I watched it, and I was like, you're watching it in chronological, like in the movie order.
Yeah.
That is not the way you should watch it. Just like you should not watch Star Wars in chronological order. Like if you watch the MCU movies in chronological order, then the movie that Captain Marvel, the end of. Not Endgame, but...
End of Ant-Man and Wasp.
No, the end of... What the fuck is the last Avengers movie called?
Infinity War.
Marvel?
The end of Infinity War, it wouldn't be, oh my god, who's he calling?
Yeah, exactly.
So you should watch it in mostly chronological order up until you get to Infinity War, and then you go back and watch Captain Marvel. I think if you don't do that, then you're kind of doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, I'm watching the way they came out in a lot of ways. There was one more big news for Marvel. This is still rumor mill. Again, speculation. Nothing's been confirmed, but there are reports that Angelina Jolie might be becoming a MCU character in the Eternals.
Please, death.
She would
Wait,
be
who?
Perfect for that.
Wait, who?
If she's deaf.
Who?
You don't know Angelina Jolie?
I didn't hear what you said,
Oh,
so that's why I'm saying who. But isn't...
It's
Oh, no,
a
I-
little too late, right? Like, how are they gonna just plug her in?
I
Plug her in where?
Well, who
That's
knows?
supposed to be Thanos.
This is still unconfirmed. This is just pure speculation, rumor
I
mill.
I thought
Apparently-
Deadpool girl was supposed to be deaf.
Apparently
She should be.
they're in talks.
That would be
And
great.
she's hot as fuck, too.
Yeah,
so.
she is.
For some reason,
Just
you said...
like, oh shit, that's a cash cow. Let me. Can I get cameo?
Yeah. There's a lot of that going on.
Hey, knock.
Do you think she needs money?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
no.
you haven't done
Yeah.
something in a
Need
while.
it, but does she
Definitely
want it?
doesn't need it.
When was the last Angelina
Big hit.
big hit?
Oh,
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
I'll tell you what I remember is when I was watching Hackers and when her titty showed.
Well, shit, that other
She
one
shows her
did
titties
like
a few times.
Gigi or something like that. She
Oh,
showed her
actually,
tits.
I guess Maleficent did okay.
Maleficent?
Yeah,
And there's a sequel coming.
There's a sequel this summer, so it did
Hey,
enough.
No Marvel money.
She still acts, but she's
That's
she's
Disney
busy,
money.
She is busy doing other shit that's more important than movies.
Yeah, humanitarian shit.
Humanitarian shit.
Okay.
And there's no arguing that.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
it's doing a lot of shit.
I'm not gonna shit on her or whatever. I'd love to see her in more movies. I really would.
If she did something fucked up, then I'd be like, yeah, shit on her. But she doesn't do fucked up shit.
So
as far as I
the
know.
company that's doing $1,000 thing is cabletv.com, and there's like things you have to do. Like
They're
get
gonna take
post tweets
people's
and stuff
kidneys.
like
I know it. Y'all gonna lose.
Dude,
on
I
this
could
shit.
not sit there for 40 hours and watch watch Marvel movies.
All right.
Oh shit! Real quick, y'all know we probably seen Angelina in one big franchise, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, that was good. I liked her in this.
Yeah, she just voice acted that
All right.
shit.
Let's
Where you going?
move on to gaming. Can we please, since we're all on here now, we can finally give. I know we're gonna wrap it up. You looking at your fucking watch?
Go ahead.
It's all good. You fucking have the podcast, Prodigy. It's all good. So we can finally give scores in this game. Can we please talk about the Division 2 and give my final thoughts anyway? Y'all are still a little bit earlier than me, but actually way earlier than me. But can we talk about this game?
I haven't beat it yet. I finally got to play some. I did a little bit of co-op today. Have any of you guys played any co-op with it?
I've only played co-op.
Only in the demo.
Yeah, I only played co-op once because somebody randomly joined me, and I was like, "This is weird, but let's do it." Fuck it. And he
I
died
played a
lot.
little bit today with BJ, and because I was worried about the whole like, oh,
Leveling?
he's level 4
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything. They leveled him up to, because I was 18, they leveled him up to 17 while we were playing together, and I guess once he goes
nice.
back, then he'll do. I guess
He's back to being
Yeah,
dumb.
he's back
No,
to being
so
whatever, which
what-
is good.
They scale you. So what?
Yeah.
If you join someone that's higher than you, you'll see two levels. You'll see the
Yes.
level that they scale you at and your actual level. When you level up at your scaled level, it levels your actual level up.
Okay.
So if you were 18, he joins you at 17. If he levels up, he goes from level 17 to 18, and then his actual level goes to 5.
Right, which I like, because it makes it a little bit more fun, and you can hang with the person a little bit longer. Because even though it's cool to be like, oh yeah, I'm getting fucking 20,000 XP every time we kill a little foot soldier dude, but I catch a fucking bullet, and when I pop up, I'm
You're down.
I'm getting revived every
Oh,
time,
yeah.
and it's not fun. Yeah, it's cool to
Yeah,
get.
it sucked in the first
I'm
one.
leveling up, but it does kind of be like, now I'm fucking just an anchor that you guys are just dragging along across the battlefield and everything. So it was
Sitting
pretty
there
fun.
hiding the whole fucking gameplay.
Yeah, so it was fun that
Yeah, she was fun in Borderlands.
it was fun that it matched it up that way. I haven't gone back to the Dark Zone yet. I'm enjoying it. It's still really, really fun. Like I said, I'm at level 18, and it's getting much more challenging than it was at like level 12. I don't know where the actual like.
They do a really good job at scaling the game, throughout the whole game.
I was good till somewhere I got in the mid-teens area, and I was like, they're starting to fuck me up pretty good. I was like, I need to be more tactically sound with the shit that I'm doing.
So what I realized is that it's not only that you have to be a little more careful, but you have to really figure out how to play your game, and it's also what gear you have. In the early game, for some reason, it doesn't tell you when like your gun maybe is not good enough. In like the end game, it's like, yo, this fucking gear sucks. Like you need to change your shit.
Yeah.
So, cause I was getting away with a level 26 gun when I was like level 30 for like the longest time. Cause that shit did like it did a 8,400 damage per shot, and it had a really high output, but a single shot. But I fucked everybody up with that shit. And then once I got to like basically the end of the game, and they were like, you need to get something better. And I was just like, all right. So I tried this like a sniper rifle, and I am not good with it.
Okay.
So I have to like adjust the way I play the whole entire game now.
Yeah.
Have you done any Dark Zone stuff?
I've done one Dark Zone like level because there's like 3 Dark Zones on the map. I've done one. I need to like start doing the rest, but you get a lot of good gear just from playing the normal game anyway. And then at the end game, it basically resets everything, and the whole game is totally different. So yeah,
A lot of replayability.
I don't want to give it away, but
Okay.
it's basically it's recycled, but it's way different.
Okay.
And it's way harder.
I'm
Yeah.
down for that.
There's a lot to do in the game. I'll say that. I have not unlocked the Dark Zone because I'm lower level than both of you because I've been playing recently. But I mean, I'm really liking this game. It's challenging, but yet it's fun at times. I'm at the point where I'm able to still run through people, but I know it's going to get more challenging because I've had to play with people who are higher level. It scaled me up. I was able to do damage, but I took a lot of damage and I went down a lot.
What level are you at?
I'm at level 12 now. I just hit level 12
I
today.
think around 15-ish was when it started to be like, okay.
So yeah, I mean, I haven't unlocked the Dark Zone. I haven't done any PvP. I don't know if you guys have done any of that stuff yet.
I did one like little mini match.
Yeah, be prepared for like their quote unquote raid because it's probably already came with the content. It'll probably unlock
You need
in
8
like
people. From what I saw, on the,
Yeah.
you need 8 people for the raid, and it even wasn't officially accepting our clan thing because we only have me and you are the only ones in it.
I cannot add anybody else except for you, basically, that has the game.
It's ridiculous.
That's weird.
And I'm typing in, Blue's name, Tech12X. I'm putting your name, the original dog, and it still says can't find it. It's failed. I can only find you. It's fucking weird.
Something with the
Probably
Ubisoft server?
maybe they got to
I have
get
no
to a
idea.
certain level. Maybe
No,
they gotta
because you're
unlock
way
it.
below me.
But like maybe you have to like be like level 5 before you can play with other people.
No, because he's above that.
yeah,
So-
because you
so
can
is
only
he,
you
yeah.
can only do clans once you hit level 5.
There's
like you
something
said.
in the story where you have to unlock one of the people.
You have to get one of the people to
you
the
have
base.
to talk. You have to communicate with one of the people, and they're like, "Oh, clans are unlocked."
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
you guys have you
I
not
don't.
done
I
that?
don't have it
that,
on the.
but I don't know if you.
I don't have it on the PS4. So
You,
Oh,
why?
that's the reason.
What
Oh,
the
Jesus
fuck is wrong?
Problem
with you?
solved.
yeah.
Atari ass motherfucker.
And I don't have the
over there.
game,
I have-
so that's why you can't.
Oh, I thought you had it.
Not yet. I was gonna buy it, but
for the
Well, that explains
No, I got it on the
everything.
Xbox One, where I have a squad.
So, all right,
Xbox
listeners,
One.
mofos are broke these days.
listeners, if you would like to be part of the Be Then BTI clan
Yeah, you play Soul Ninja.
on the Division 2, it's private right now, but if you go, email bethenbti@gmail.com your PS4, all right,
Slide in our DMs.
gamer ID, and I will add you to the clan.
There you go.
So we'll have some fun. And we'll play together, and it'll be fun. Like I said, I'm end game right now. I'm level I think they call it 31, but it goes by gear score at that point. Once you get past level 30, so I'll add you in. Whoever asks to be in the clan, and we'll have some fun together. If you want to level up, we'll level up. If you just want to have some fun, we'll have some fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sounds good.
What's your reviews on this? Did you all give a score?
I can give a score now. Yes.
Yeah, he's at the end. It's hard. I still haven't played certain aspects of the game, like the Dark Zone.
I would go just 8 8.5, I guess 8.59.
Solid
Something
game.
8.5 and 9. It's I mean I don't unless something egregious happens. I don't.
You're saying
envision it.
8.5 or 8.9?
There's minor glitches,
I'm sorry,
but
8.5
there's
to
no
9.
big glitches. So there's just minor ones.
I've seen a couple like stuff where it wouldn't like putting the graphics up, but nothing like I'm falling through floors and I'm stuck or some shit.
Our
Fallout.
villains are disappearing.
There was a spot. It's funny because I hit this glitch before. There's a spot where I was like in a control point where I couldn't go downstairs, and apparently it's like a glitch for everybody. And I was like, okay. But it's not a big deal because you just go around.
Okay.
It's just like whatever.
They wrote an article about that glitch.
Yes,
yeah,
they did.
and I guess they're trying to fix it, but they don't know how.
Man, that's where the tether people are.
Oh, God damn it. Set that up.
I mean, luckily, like it was in a part where I was like fighting somebody, but I was like, I can't go down. I went around and just got down some other way. But I was just like, if you're dumb and don't realize that it's a glitch and you can't go down it, then yeah, it'd piss you off. But I was just like, immediately when I realized I couldn't go down, I was just like, I just went around and it was fine.
I'm very happy. I got the blueprint that I want for my main weapon. Rocking like the G36 or whatever is my like
That's a good
secondary
weapon.
gun,
Yeah.
which I really like. So I need to get the blueprint for that. But I'm cruising.
Cronus, your score, or do you have a number for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 9.
Wow.
Because I'm later on in the game, and there are some problems with the game. Obviously, why it's not a 10, but it's so much fucking fun for me to play this game. Like, there's certain guns that I love playing as. Like, my build right now is probably like not average. I use a turret and a fucking the drone, but it's a healing drone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm based. It's probably like
Not
one of the
hive thing.
The Firefly.
No, not the hive. No. It's the like you can get the drone that flies around.
Oh yeah.
That heals you, or you can assign it to somebody else.
Yes. Yeah,
And
because you can change its perks too, because it has like 5 perks.
I get a
and
little
you
bit
can switch
annoyed
each
when
one.
I'm doing with the drone because it's like, all right, I'm in the gun battle now. I gotta aim to go over there, and I understand it's a skill thing. Be like, all right,
With
now
the
I
drone
take
or the turret?
the drone.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I said I have the healing drone. The healing drone just follows you, and then once if somebody else that's hurt around you, you can assign the drone to go to them to heal them.
But you have to like aim it there, or it automatically
No,
goes
it's
there?
automatic. Well, no. So if someone else is hurt that you want to help them, you have to aim the turret. You have to aim the thing at them and just press a button, and then it'll go to them and keep healing them. But if you're like, I'm a solo player, right?
Okay.
So for me, that drone is a fucking godsend because it constantly heals you when you're damaged. Constantly heals you. So if you want to be a tank, you should use that fucking healing drone and probably the shield or the rolling
roller
healing
mines?
thing. But probably the shield.
Okay.
Because there's like the rolling ball thing can be a shield point or like a healing thing too. But I use just the drone as a healer, and then my fucking turret with my road dog as like an offensive. So I'll throw. This is what I almost always do tactically in any fucking situation, is that I'll get to a point and I'll hide behind cover, and then I'll throw my fucking turret onto a higher cover away from me, and then once I do that, I'll find somebody that's like grouped together, and then I'll throw a grenade. And then once the grenade is about to blow, then I'll shoot somebody else in the face.
Yeah.
And then the grenade goes off, the turret shoots, and then I
Synchronize
fucking
it.
wreck everybody.
Yeah.
Also, Stitch, you can set the drone to be like auto attack, so it'll follow you around, and if anyone shoots you, it'll go towards them and just automatically unload, and it'll take damage. You can call it back to you because it sometimes won't go to the second target. You have to. So basically, your first target auto goes. Your second target, you're gonna have to aim and select, and then it'll go, and it'll shoot until either they die or you call it back, or it blows up.
Did you want to get in here, Old Ninja, with your number? Or
No, I don't have a number yet because I'm not as far as they are. But
The healing one is just I literally haven't used anything else except for the healing drone and the turret, just like the base turret.
And the
'Cause
first
it's
one I
just-
used to
it's so
just throw
effective.
like the little health pack down by me.
Yeah.
And then I would just like throw the turret, and I was like, I'm good, and I would just wreck shop.
All right.
But I've unlocked. That's the main. I still have a problem with the game as far as like the shade tech shit goes, because they fucked up. Whoever did their math on that was obviously not Asian. I'm just saying. That's racist.
Oh, so you have
Just
you have-
saying.
joke.
you have more shade check than you need. So you have like a surplus, yeah.
Yeah, way too much.
So they did that in the first game, and everyone told them what they should have done is you should be able to cash in your shade to something else, but
So
they
no,
won't
no,
let
You're only understanding part of the problem. All right. So part of the problem is that I think I talked about it in the last podcast is that there's a certain you get to a certain part of the game where the other perks that you can get in the game were past level 30. All right. So I literally saved up like 56 shade tech. Like I unlocked every fucking perk you can get up until level 30. And I still had 56 fucking shade tech points left over. And I was like, what the fuck do I do with these?
God damn.
What do I do with these? So I hit level 30 and I spent them all and guess how many shade tech points I had? 36. Now, what the fuck do I
just
do with
sitting
these?
there, yeah.
And there's still plenty on the map. Plenty on the map.
Useless.
I'm like, what? Why do I need to go to these? They're useless, yes and no. So they're useless as far as like upgrading yourself, but it's useful as far as there's every settlement has like these. What do they call that thing?
Traders or
No, it's like basically
projects.
Projects. There you go. You have projects that you can do, and some of them are you have to find certain amount of shade tech caches are in a certain area.
Okay.
But even still, it's only for like blueprints, and you would still have excess shade tech. So I'm like, what the fuck do you do now? Like those shade techs, what they should have done is so. For the longest time, I was like, when do you become like a specialist? It's at the end game, after you beat the game, right? But they don't roll over your shade tech points into your specialist points. That's what they fucking should have done.
Okay.
But now I just have all these worthless shade tech points that should be my specialist. So once you beat the game, you get a whole new fucking
new
upgrade
game plus
tree.
type thing, or
Well, yeah, it's new game plus. It's fucking it's insane, like how much shit they thought into this. But they really should have took shade tech and then put it into your specialist points because there's 3 different kinds of specialists. They all have their own fucking trees on like upgrades, and you have to get all the points now. And I'm just like, this is kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that
How is
sucks.
this game doing money making wise?
No
Does
idea.
anyone know
no idea.
the numbers
No
on
idea.
it? I mean, I'm enjoying it.
It's probably pretty solid. I mean,
Yeah, I would imagine.
Nobody said it failed like Anthem, so
Yeah.
'cause Anthem they're still trying to patch and
Yeah, they're still trying to fix.
Just like you ain't
No massive
unless
price
you do a lot of
reduction.
fix. I
Yeah,
almost-
exactly. That's a big indicator.
Yeah.
Massive price reduction. All right, guys, let's wrap this on up for this one. Blue, what you got populating this week?
Not a goddamn no.
What the fuck? Besides hating on movies.
Yeah, I just have super hate on fucking movies. The Sweetest and I were going to take her homegirls out to Danville Brewery out in Danville, which is like the fucking bomb ass spot.
I invite our like oatmeal cookie.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
that one time I went there.
the Sweetness is homegirl, so we're going for with them. We're going like with Manamana and Shinju. She hates that I call it that. Anyway, so we're doing it out on Saturday. Also doing I got a photo shoot I'm happening this weekend for Easter. I'm doing it of Prodigy's kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got that popping
Really?
this weekend.
Are they
Yeah.
his kids?
Allegedly.
Was it proven by a
Allegedly.
court?
Allegedly. I ain't seen no paternity test.
I know.
I ain't claiming them.
One of them. Anyway. So and then Monday I'm taking Silver, my vehicle, to the shop to finally get fucking service work done to it because some motherfucking asshole decided to like back up into my car and fuck up my bumper. So I gotta get that shit fixed because.
Well, I thought you had like a tree fall on your shit. Too.
Well, that's the other thing I haven't fixed too. My side mirror
damn.
I'm getting fixed. So a branch fell and broke my side mirror, which cost like $2,000. But then my bumper's all fucked up too. So they're like, luckily my insurance allows me to claim that on this. Hopefully, insurance don't listen to this.
I hope
But
your
yeah.
side chick don't slash your tires. That'd be even worse.
I don't have a side chick. But yeah, so luckily that shit's all happening at the same time. Yeah, other than that, like, I want to pick up Division 2, but
Get it.
my deductible
One
on my
of
car
us.
is fucking
One of
$1,000,
us.
so I'm still. I mean, I did purchase Red Dead Redemption 2, but
Oh, that's
that shit fucking kind of fell out the window because Amazon lost my package, and I was like, I fucking gotta return. But yeah, other than that, I'm preparing for my birthday coming up next month, which I'm excited for. I mean, I got a couple of weeks for it, but like it's still in planning stages, so yeah, that's about it.
Make it hot shit. Stitch, what you got?
Ooh, I just want to quickly share. I went to the food truck roundup at the Fort Mason.
Sorry, I flicked on you.
No. It's,
Yeah.
I because the weather was crazy, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Lobster is lobster.
I can't take my my daughter out.
Yeah,
so
it was
like that,
it was real shitty
Even
weather.
though she loves rain boots, but yeah.
It was that lobster thing was so fucking good. So good.
Was it part of Off the Grid or was it?
Yeah, it was part of
Presidio?
Off Grid.
Okay.
They're it's based out of LA, but they're coming back in like the first week in April. So I'll probably go check it out again. So plan on checking that out again when they roll back in town. Baseball season's starting soon, so I'll try to check out some baseball games and everything, and get that going on. Bring my dog. I got the GoPro like dog harness thing, which is fun because I put it on the dog and get dog point of view stuff, not some Pornhub type shit.
What you doing with that peanut butter? What you doing?
It's funny. There's videos of people putting that harness on their kids, and it's like watching like a drunk person basically. Just
Yeah.
seeing them stumble around.
Oh man, it's and then I mean, I'm going to figure out a way to creatively tell some work stories that just happened because it's a whole new realm of hilariousness that I want to share. Needs to be shared. I just need to figure out a way to creatively share it.
I'll give you a tip. This is what you do. You record them now, and then you release them way later.
Okay.
Just record them now.
They are recorded.
Okay. Then you just save them.
Okay.
Wait until later. Wait until you're established.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about this off air.
Carlos, what you got?
So I'm taking next week off. My oldest daughter gets here on Saturday, so that should be fun.
Nice.
We're gonna go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and then me and my daughter are gonna hang the fuck out. We're gonna do some, not exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some cool stuff. Just me and her together. I know she's gonna need a car pretty soon. That's gonna be interesting. So I asked her what kind of car she wanted to get, hypothetically.
V8.
Yeah. It's gonna be some
Hot Wheel.
old school
Have you
Lincoln
ever-
V8 that's like 120 horsepower. Yeah.
Quickly, how does it feel to ride with a child driving? Your child driving, is that like a new?
Bro, I've already got a death wish. It's fine.
Oh.
I'm fine. No, I mean she's made. I wasn't like my mom or my parents. My mom, she was in the car when I was driving when I was new. I don't freak her out when she's driving. Like when she makes a mistake, I'll tell her afterwards. Unless it's like a egregious mistake, we're gonna fucking die. What she's made, it hasn't been. I don't think hardly ever where I've been like, hey, fucking stop. You know what I mean? It's never been like fucking stop. Like the closest we came to like a serious accident was we were in. Was it my? It wasn't my car. It was someone else's car, and she got on the freeway. Like I think it was KMX car, but she got on the freeway way too fast on like on ramp that was like way too tight.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I was like, you can't go fucking 50 miles per hour.
Tokyo drifting it.
Yeah, we're starting to lose traction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you need to slow down. All right, around these corners. But it was after she made it around the corner. I didn't want to freak her out to like make her jerk the wheel. So after she made it around the corner, I was like, you can't go that fast around corners like this. Like we're gonna lose traction and run into a car. So she kind of freaked out and she started driving like way slower. But it's just like, listen, I had to say that because I don't want to fucking die and I don't want you to get hurt, know. But I'm not trying to freak you out about driving. Like you need to learn how to drive. You're gonna make mistakes. I made mistakes when I was driving. You're gonna make mistakes while you're driving. So I'm only gonna tell you things where like they're really bad mistakes. And like one other time was when she makes left-hand turns, she had a bad habit of drifting into the next lane.
Oh yeah.
Because she wouldn't look at the
people
lines.
do that all the time.
Dude,
Yeah.
adults do that shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just made a mental note and I told her about it afterwards. Like, listen, you need, because when you're turning, if you're on the outside lane, the person that's on the inside lane, if you run into them, you're gonna run them into traffic or into the median.
Yep.
So and you're gonna damage your car. But I think she gets it now. But yeah, so she bought her own car in Michigan, but that's a different conversation. We'll talk about after the podcast. But I'm gonna buy her a car here. So I was asking her like, what kind of car would you like to drive? Like sedan, truck, whatever. So she said she wanted to drive either a hatchback or a sedan. All right, cool. So I have some Japanese cars in mind that I'll give her. So they're reliable. not a CRX. CRX, I was thinking about that, but they're not fucking safe, man.
God damn.
Yeah.
I need you need to have at least airbags.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I was
true.
thinking about because it needs to be something where because she doesn't live with me all the time. So if it's something that I'm gonna have at my house, it's gonna be something I'll be comfortable driving too. Then I asked her like, would you be interested in learning how to drive a manual? And she was like, yes, with exclamation points. I was like, all right,
That's great.
Because I'll teach you how to drive.
It's a
manual.
theft deterrent.
It is.
Especially now, it's weird.
Don't they call it the millennial deterrent? Because
Yeah.
millennials can't drive.
Would you ever allow her to get her motorcycle license? If she took like the MSF course?
Yes, I would. Yeah, definitely. But you got to start at a 250. So I'm looking at getting either the Mazda Speed 3 or a Subaru Forester, what is it, XT, or old school like mid 90s Integra GSR.
Nice.
Yeah, sedan.
Old Ninja, what you got?
So I'm gonna be probably trying to stream out this Battlefield 5 Firestorm because I just dropped on Tuesday, I
Is
believe.
that the Battle Royale one?
Yeah, it's the Battle Royale stuff. I played it a little bit yesterday, but I'm going to get into it a little bit more, hopefully live stream some of it. Playing some Apex still because Season 1 dropped. We didn't really talk about it, but they have a new character and whatnot, so I'm going to try to stream some of that, playing more Division. And we haven't really talked about shows, but I'm going to try to catch up on some of the stuff in case we ever roundabout come back to it. So
Good shit. I picked up Sekiro. I'll give a review probably next week, but I'm definitely playing that. Detective Comics number 1000 drops literally today.
Cape and Cal had a party about that.
Yeah, Cape and Cal over in Oakland, California, downtown, had their own party, and I need to pick up mine. So big shout out to Batman on that. And that's pretty much all I fucking got.
Is it true that DC Universe is doing like a free day of
Like
their
Batman Day.
service? Yeah, for Batman's birthday.
Yeah, I
They're
think
doing
the 80th birthday for Batman.
Yeah.
So hey,
When's
good
Batman's
shit.
birthday?
shit in August. I can't think of that.
You don't know?
I can't think of the exact date.
You failed, bruh.
Fell the city.
All right.
Take us on out.
So you just experienced the dankest podcast on the internet. We are Black and Black Times Defending. Check us out at BThanBTI. It's BTHANBTI. You can check us out on Facebook, Stitcher, Play FM, SoundCloud, and on Apple Podcasts with BThanBTI. Check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/BThanBTI. On Amazon, we have an app on there. You can go ahead, download that. It'll let you know when we go live every Wednesday, 8:30. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures bullshit.
God damn it, you
Why you
fucking cuck.
Truth.
Mass Effect.
I heard that.
Hashtag Florida Challenge.
Florida, man.
Florida Man. That's what
Florida
they
Man
had.
Challenge, that's what it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
We have to talk about that next.
Okay.
Sorry.
Deuces.